Both teams have not been this far before. Both teams have to have penalties for the last stages to get through to here. So it's going to be fun, and the weather's perfect, Rob. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? The weather's perfect. The players are warming up behind us. One of those players is Paul Merson's son, by the way, Sam Merson. One player to look out for Hanworth Villa. But everyone here who's allowed to be here. Obviously, it's been very difficult. You know, it's behind closed doors. That's why we're doing the stream. But the people that are here, Hanworth is a great club. Hampton have got a great relationship with them. Leon Solomon's playing for them, ex-Hampton, and we've got a great relationship. And we played only a couple of weeks ago. I was here for an academy game. So very excited to go and watch some proper cup football. Join us on hrbfc.live away day here at Hanworth Villa. Well, welcome to Rectory Meadow, the home of Hanworth Villa. They have never been this far in the FA Vase Trophy, and neither of their opposition, Long Eaton United, today. So this is a huge game, and this is why, Rob, me and you from Hampton and Richmond Borough, and HRBFC Live, the whole team, Dave, Archie, Mike, and all the whole team are all here because it's a huge game for our local neighbours, Hanworth Villa. They rang us up during the week and we thought, why the hell not? Why not? Because you know what? It's going to be a good game of football, Rob, I'm sure.
It's going to be a good game of football. I mean, as we've said, these two teams never made it to the fifth round of the Vase before, ever. So they're in unknown territory, both teams. They've got the quarter-finals coming up. They know who the opponents are likely to be. They know what they've got to play for. Yeah. Let's just hope we don't go to penalties.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you say penalties, Rob, and it's important to remember the last three games that Hanworth have played to get this far, they've been penalty shootouts.
They have.
And we spoke to Simon beforehand, and he'd never won a penalty shootout as a player or manager, and now he's won 3 in a row. Now, I don't know if my heart will be able to take penalty shootouts, because that will, but we shall see. I don't know, you guys will probably enjoy it a bit, certainly the neutral will, but yeah, it's a very big game. It's a big game for Hanworth Villa, and again, talking about the link-up between Hampton and Richmond, they've got Michael Kamara at number 4 in midfield. Obviously, Hampton Richmond Borough fans very familiar with Michael Kamara. Yeah. Also, Leon Solomon, and funnily enough, Rob, we were talking, weren't we, yesterday? Yes. 5 years ago, yesterday was the day that Hampton and Richmond Borough got promoted from the Rhineland.
That was it.
And in the team that day was Leon Solomon and Michael Kamara.
They were.
And here they are 5 years later playing for these.
Yeah.
One other player that they have got that we should definitely mention is Sam Merson. You may recognise his surname, and yes, that's Paul's son. His other son, Ben, is also on the bench. But yeah, there's a link up here with the Mersons, and it's Sam Merson. 8 goals he scored for St Albans last season in our league, Rob. So
yes, he did well.
It's not surprised that he's scoring goals this season in this truncated season. But yeah, so Long Eaton, obviously up Nottingham Way, and we were talking to the fans earlier on. One of the most famous players for them is Gary Birtles, of course, and I know, and Clinton Morrison also had 3 appearances in 2014.
He did.
But yes, there was a very familiar Nottingham accent when I was chatting to the fans and the officials. The officials, should I say? Because obviously this is behind closed doors. This is why you're watching the stream. This is very much behind closed doors. Minimal people here, obviously, and just staff and people like me and Rob. Extremely lucky to be here, aren't we?
We are.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the sun's out. It's quite warm out in the sun, but we're here to watch the football, and we're going to have a great day.
Oh yeah.
But let's just see what happens.
We'll give you the teams and run down them in a minute. But we've got a quick interview here. We caught up with manager Simon. Do you know what? I did ask him if Simon Horney. I think that's how I've said it right, isn't it? Yeah, I think I've asked
never
him.
known myself.
And he's someone that I've spoken to and I know loads.
Yeah.
I know he loves loads of wildlife programmes, I know that. But he's also a very good manager, and he was a manager at Walton and Hersham. We spoke to him before the game, and he was really excited. And yeah, of course, disappointed that the fans couldn't be here, and hopefully all those fans that are here now watching will be enjoying this. But yeah, here's our catch up with Simon before the game. Brilliant. Simon, it's a huge game for you today. How excited are you?
Oh, very excited, really looking forward to it. Last 16, so win today for both teams to put them into the quarter-finals. So we played a lot of games to get here. They would have played 6 and won 6, and so have we. So yeah, really looking forward to the game today.
And obviously there's no fans here today, which is obviously a huge shame. But the game's going to be streamed on the internet. It's still a big occasion, isn't it? Huge occasion.
Yeah, it's a big game for the local community. There's a lot of people that are disappointed not to be here, and that's the most devastating thing, is that the supporters have followed us from the start of this journey that can't be here today. But because of the live stream, I'm sure there'll be lots logging on and looking forward to the game also. Yeah.
And what have you? It's obviously a big game. But what have you said to the players? What's your general message to the players?
go and enjoy it. Go and enjoy it. I think if we put, we don't, I think all the teams now are talking about Wembley, but it doesn't happen. We want to think about the step in front of us, which is Long Eaton today. And if we start thinking 3 games in advance, it's not going to work for us. So the most important thing today is to go out and enjoy it. The sun's out. With what's happened over the last year, the biggest thing is if we win, we get an extra game next week, where we've missed loads of games due to what's gone on in the last year or so. So the benefit for us is if we can win, we get another. Biggest thing is if we win, we get an extra game next week, where we've missed loads of games due to what's gone on in the last year or so. So the benefit for us is if we can win, we get another game next week. And basically, to answer your question, Seb, go and enjoy it. Yeah,
exactly. And I know that you mentioned before that you've been chatting to a few people on your contacts book and stuff like that for a bit of advice. But how important is it to have that link up with the local clubs and just get some advice?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously Gary McCarron from Hampton and the former manager of Hampton, Alan Dowson. They've all sent their messages and been on the phone to me this week. So it's great because they're supporting we're next door neighbours, Hampton and Hanworth, and we have a lot of input into the youth section. So it's great to have the community so close to us, and very nice for them to call you, wish you luck, and have a brief chat about the game.
Brilliant, that's great. And I suppose take it one step at a time, and hopefully. 3 games, the last 3 ties you've won on penalties. Yeah. 3 penalty shootouts. That can't be any good for your health.
Well, no, not very good for the health. I've got to be honest, I don't even watch them. I've never won one playing or managing ever. So I believed I was jinxed. So on the one against Corinthian, which was our first penalty shootout, I actually turned the other way and didn't watch one of them. And we won that one, and I couldn't believe it. And now, from not winning one, we've won 3 on the bounce. But I'd like to avoid penalties today. If it goes to penalties, it goes to penalties. But we're going to go and try and win the game in the 90, like I'm sure they will.
Yeah, and obviously you've got your own plans. You can only put in place what you've done, but you've obviously had to do some research on the opposition, and that happens even in these strange times where you can't go and scout games. And it's a tough business as a manager. I must admit.
No, it is tough because usually we'd I'm sure they would have come to watch us leading up to the game, and we would have watched them leading up to the game. So I'm not the greatest on social media, but I've asked people to help me. We know they've got a really long throw. We know they've got a good number 9, some good wingers. They like to go back to front. So we've still managed to get a little bit of intel on them, like I'm sure they have with us. So it's going to be about the 90 minutes today. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks very much, Simon, and all the best.
Thanks very much, Seb. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You're just in shock there. You can be. It's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Am I?
We are.
Apologies. Hey, look, little technical gremlins, we're going to have that. Well, look, this is the first time we've done it outside the Beverly, and hopefully that will be the last one, touch wood. Anyway, yes, that was obviously Simon Hockney. Apologies. Of all the things that we've had to sort out before today, that was one of the things I didn't get to do, so how stupid of me. But anyway, hopefully, apologies to any Hanworth Villa fans that are watching. We all mugged up. Rob, my good friend here, has done plenty of good sheets here, so we're all right. But anyway, the Long Eaton United side are coming out in a minute, and we'll put the teams up when the Hanworth Villa players come out. I think that'll be good, because I think it'll be good to, as the players are coming out now. As you can see, this is a good set. Look, Rob, we can see on the cameras here that are very good setup, but all round it's been a fantastic effort from the HRBFC live team.
It has. We've done that. It's been a marvellous thing.
It has, and we're honestly so pleased that we can help out everyone at Hanworth Villa, because there is a good link up between the two sides. Not just the ex-players, the HRBFC youth players play just to the right of where me and Rob are standing here behind the goal. So there is a really good link up, isn't there, Rob? And it's a pleasure to do this.
Yes, for all of the fact that local neighbours, it doesn't mean to say we can't help out for any less. And it also means that all the supporters of Long Eaton United can actually see the team play.
Well, absolutely,
for the first time in who knows how long. And
exactly.
They're going to really enjoy this afternoon. As they can see, it's a wonderful afternoon here down in West London, and hopefully it'll be a good match for both teams. And
as I say this, the Hanworth Villa in their red and white are walking out now, and obviously the number of volunteers and the people that help out all the time at Hanworth Villa, are here to, working, so to speak, but doesn't stop them being fans as well. You might have heard them giving them encouragement to the Hanworth Villa players as they go out onto the pitch for Hanworth Villa v Long Eaton United. And I suppose it would be a good time to look at the teams, Rob. I'll go through the Hanworth Villa side, Rob. So, in goal, we've got number 1, Terry Buss. Now, Terry Buss is a legend here. He's played over 600 games for the club. And and I think it's his dad, the Tony Bus stand, is just to the left of us. So a real legend in goal for Hanworth Villa. Number 2, Guy Ansapama. Number 3, Bryant Akono Belongo. Number 4, Michael Kamara. Hampton and Richmond Borough fans will know him, of course. A great player and also a great bloke, isn't he, Rob? Michael Kamara.
He is, yes. Takes a mean penalty, believe you me.
Number 5, Bernie Tanner. Craig. You may recognise the surname, Craig Tanner, who's not available today. He used to play for Hampton and Richmond Borough. But we've got Jamie Thorogood, the captain, at number 6. Number 7, Brandon Barzi, who was very, very good. He played in the game against the Academy a couple of weeks ago. One to watch out for. Number 8, Sam Regargan. Number 9, Sam Merson. Yeah, very familiar surname there. Number 10, Jay Burton. And number 11, Messach Williams. And the substitutes are number 12, Lewis Taylor. Number 14, Julian Hornby. Number 15, Ben Merson, Sam's brother and Paul's son. Number 16, Elliot Simpson. Number 17, Scott Walker. And number 18, Leon Solomon. Hampton fans will know him. And number 20, Gary Ross. So yeah, Rob, that's the Hanworth Villa lineup. Rob, over to you for Long Eaton United.
Long Eaton, they've made a few changes on the team that they put out last week when they won against Westfields. In goal today is Sam Wilson in place of Jake Askew. Number 2, Brad Wilson. Number 3, Ryan Head. Number 4, Jordan Wheatley. Number 5, Romain Graham, the captain. Number 6 is Kieran Walker. Number 7, Charlie Wild. Number 8, Danny Gordon. Number 9, Cameron Campbell. Number 10, James Gale. And number 11, Jamie Walker. And on the bench for Long Eaton this afternoon is number 12, James Shaw. Number 13, Jake Askew. Number 14, James Taylor. Number 15, Ewan Head. Number 16, Klein Bonero. Number 17, Josh Law. And completing the bench is number 18, Ryan Bash.
Brilliant, Rob. And just in time, because we look like we're about to kick off, and there's Sam Merson and Michael Kamara in the centre circle in the red and white of the Villains in this huge game. Like I said, Rob, we've said it a couple of times, we'll probably say it again. Look, we might not be Martin Tyler and Gary Neville, but we'll certainly put some effort in and we'll certainly keep it entertaining for you. But yes, neither of these two teams have been further than this in the FA Vase, so there's a real prize, isn't there, Rob? And only after this, the winners of this are only 2 steps away from Wembley, Rob, which is something great. And Hanworth Villa straight on the attack, and Sam Merson, the danger man, straight into the action, crosses the ball across, but it goes straight to the Long Eaton United keeper. So yeah, a huge game, and it is it's a lovely day, Rob. We've got, fortunately, so we can see our screens, we've got a little bit of an awning over us, but the sun is beaming down. The pitch is looking great, isn't it, Rob? Football, non-league, again, volunteers, talking about non-league volunteers. I mean, they've been at this all week and the pitch looks fantastic. But Hanworth Villa on the attack here, and they've gone through on goal. This is an early chance, but it's well recovered. Battle of the 2 number 8s, but it goes for a corner to Hanworth Villa. The 2 number 8s battling well there. Danny Gordon just nipping ahead of the number 8 there for Sam Regargan, who did very well to try and get in front, and it's a corner for Hanworth Villa in only we're just past the minute mark, and it's the first corner of the game. Rob, you better make some marks of these, so because sometimes we do forget, but it's the first corner of the game, and Hanworth Villa is going to be floated in. We thought it was, but it goes to it goes right across goal, but it's cleared very quickly by Long Eaton United, and I tell you what, Rob, you kind of wanted someone to just get their end on their foot on the end of that.
The half clearance just fell right into the gap where there was nobody there in a red and white shirt. You're looking for somebody to latch onto the end of that and just put their foot through it, but as it was.
But what a start from the Villains.
That's a great start.
What a start here. The pressure straight away from the Villains, and a long throw towards Michael Kamara, and it's going to go for another corner, I think. It looks, surely that's going to bounce out for another corner. And it does. Michael Kamara, a great target man. But this is a really positive start from Hanworth Villa. The second corner now, we've not even played 2 minutes yet. Second corner for Hanworth Villa, and they have come raring out of the traps. And it's going to be put in by number 10, Jay Barton, who swings it towards it. It's a bit too deep, but it's gone for another corner by the looks of it. Yeah, I thought it might have taken a touch off the number 4 there, but it's another corner. 3 corners in just over 2 minutes. Now, Hanworth Villa are staking their claim on this game very early on, aren't they, Rob?
They are. This is a great way to start the match, put some pressure on the opposition, make it that they have to work on how they're going to defend the corners, and then also the management can see exactly what the opposition are going to do. How long Eaton marking up, how are they looking to defend the corners.
And look, they're all in a line on the edge of the box, both players from both teams. So I imagine the Hanworth Villa players are going to split off left and right and try and cause a bit of panic in the box. But Jay Barton's going to swing the ball in and looking for Sam Merson, who's just in front of goal, but it's going to go all the way back to number 5. And the referee's going to blow for a free kick there because there was a bit too much on it, wasn't there, by number 5, Bernie Tanner. But, well, if you're a Hanworth Villa fan, you've got to be very pleased with that start.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, three corners in the first 3 minutes.
And Long Eaton,
that's a great way to,
impose yourself, isn't it? But,
yeah,
and Long Eaton United, though, should be, they've weathered that very early storm because the last thing you want is to go down so early. But anyway, 3 minutes gone, and we've had 3 corners and good football already. And as Long Eaton United are on the attack now. But yes, so far, so good. It's been a really positive start from the Villains. The Villains are going to be very excited about the way they've started this game, and as they should, but they're having to defend now. So the throw-in is going to be taken. It's a long throw-in, and this is one of the things, actually, I should have mentioned. Here he is, a long throw from the number 6. That is a terrifying throw into the box, but it's well dealt with by Jamie Thurgood, I think it was. But Simon Hockney did say that was one of their main assets, and the same player, it's a number 9 now for Long Eaton United, is going to swing the ball in across goal. What a positive start. Both teams certainly not holding back in this exciting opening. Not even 5 minutes yet, Rob, but anyway, and they're on the attack. Sam Merson, the danger man. There's no doubt about it for Hanworth Villa. He's going to try and get through. It's well defended, and the referee's going to blow against Sam Merson there, which seemed a little bit. But I tell you what, straight away, Sam Merson, the legs on him there. Breathless start, Rob.
It's a case of what you have to keep your eyes peeled because you never know what you're going to see. But going back to the long throw there, I wouldn't be surprised if the referee and assistant aren't watching that throw, because if you think about how a throw-in should be taken, it should be taken from behind the head forward. He was coming from over his shoulder.
Yes. Well, it definitely spun in low, and that's what that was one of the things that Simon Hockney did say. That that's one thing they noticed, and it was you could see the danger of it already, couldn't you? But anyway, here we go. Brandon's on the right wing here, and it's just overrun it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But yes, it's going to be very interesting, and that's going to be a key thing for the rest of this. 85 minutes, Rob. But it's been a pretty breathless start. Both teams are going at it. The sun is beaming down on them, but it certainly hasn't affected any fitness so far. But it's been a positive start from Hanworth Villa.
It's good to see that both teams are really up for this game, and why wouldn't you be?
No, exactly.
I mean, they've not had anything to distract them during the week. They've been focusing on this game ever since last Saturday night. So they've been getting ready for it, and the energy levels are up. Everybody's just wanting to give it everything. This is an afternoon where you put everything on the line. Well,
Rob, and it genuinely, as Simon Hockney mentioned in his pre-match interview, they win this game, they've got another game next week. If they don't, the season's over. So
it's sudden death football.
There's a lot on the line here for these players that have put so much in from both sides to get to this stage. Anyway, the ball's bobbling around in the midfield, and now it's going to be Long Eaton Town on the attack. It's well defended. Sam Merson again. Even he comes back and does the ugly work, so to speak. He does the
hard yakka there for definitely.
Yeah, that was because it looked like number 10, Jamie Gale from Long Eaton United, was gonna break free, but well defended, and it's ended up free kick now for Hanworth Villa, and they've put it towards Brandon Brazy. And the referee's given a free kick there. It didn't look like there was too much in it, but it looks like he may have landed on his head a little bit. A bit too much on the number 10 there, Jay Barton. So Hanworth, they're going to try and take a quick free kick. The Long Eaton player was not moving away. I think Michael Kamara is probably asking whether he should get a yellow card, but I don't think the referee thought
not yet.
It was game on. But Long Eaton United obviously doing what all football teams do.
Exactly.
Hanworth will do the same thing.
Exactly.
You hear managers say it, especially in these COVID times. You hear managers on the ball, stop the free kick being taken quickly. So anyway, Jay Barton's going to swing this in. Obviously the set piece man for Hanworth Villa.
It's curious the fact that Michael Kamara's lurking up in a dangerous position.
And they've put it out wide to Brandon Vase. He's going to try and take. Oh, look at that. He's going to try and push it in. He's going to get to the byline and cut it across. That's a lovely ball to the far post, and it's hit across goal. Michael Kamara right in front. It's a great stop, great deflection, and again another clearance from Hanworth from Long Eaton United. Hanworth Villa are going fully at this, and they deserve to be in the lead. Oh, it's another great shot and a great save. Well, there was 3 chances there, wasn't there?
3 chances was there. I mean,
3 chances.
Brandon Barsi there at the end. You could see him looking at where the keeper was. He was trying to put it inside the post, but Sam Wilson, he also knew where it was going, and he managed to push it wide for a corner. That's just goes to show the intent here.
Oh, I tell you what, this is corner number 4. I think I've lost count already. We already played 8 minutes.
I think it's
number 4. Rob keeps track of that. That's not my domain. But that great start. Anyway, corner again. Jay Barton, a short one towards Sam Merson, and the referee, and it looks no penalty. The referee says, and Michael Kamara still has the ball, tries a bit of twisting and turning in the box, but it's well dealt with by the number 8 from Long Eaton. But Jay Barton has won the ball back, and this is, I tell you what, both teams are going fully at this, and that is a free kick, and a bit of a daft free kick that to give away from Long Eaton there, wasn't it? He wasn't really going anywhere, but anyway, it's nonetheless free kick
in
for
many
Hanworth.
respects, the challenge didn't even need to go in. You just need to confine them, because you've got the touchline on one side, you've got the goal line on the other side. On 3/4 of the pitch, you're covered. So all you need to do is just make sure the ball doesn't come across. That challenge didn't really need to go in.
No, it didn't, and it's as good as a corner, this, isn't it? It's about 3 or 4 yards away from maybe a bit less actually. So it's as good as a corner, and the way Hanworth Villa have done so far, who's to say something might not happen here? Jay Barton with the free kick, really looking to get. Oh, it's gone. Well, it has gone for another corner. No, is it a throw-in? It's hard to tell. It's one of those ones where it looks like it might be a throw-in, it looks like it might be a corner. And we shall see now when Jay Barton retrieves the ball, but it looks like it might be a corner the way the players are lining up in the box, to be honest. And yeah, it is. It is a corner. Yeah. It is a corner. Corner number 5, and we've not played 10 minutes of this game yet. And they're going for a short one, Hanworth Villa, and the ball goes through all the way to Bernie Tanner, who was going to try and unleash the shot, but it was well defended by the captain of Long Eaton United there, all the way back to the keeper. And if you're going to be extra ruthless, I say ruthless is probably a bad word, but if you're going to be a little harsh, Simon would probably be expecting the goal to have the net to have bulged during that sustained period.
Yes.
Really, the first opening 10 minutes, but it's a great start by Hanworth Villa, and the Villains are on top here.
I mean, given the opportunities that they've just had, you would definitely expected the old onion bag to have.
Yes, exactly. Well, 3.
A little then.
3 anyway, but as I say, it's Long Eaton are through on goal, and they've just, the number 7 for Long Eaton there, the number 7,
Charlie Wild
has just put that wide, and that. But there you go. Doesn't matter how good you can start the game, does it, Rob? Doesn't matter how quickly and how good you can be down one end. You've got to switch on. And to be fair, it didn't. It looked like the player that switched on there was the Long Eaton player, and he'd be disappointed that he's put that wide.
He will. I mean, he had a clear sight of goal. Yes, it was at a bit of an angle, but he would still have expected to at least tested Terry Buss, in the Hanworth goal. But it's a fact of football that you can have 85% of the possession, 90% of the in every time spent in the opposition half. And if you don't score and you switch off and you give away a breakaway and you go down,
well, exactly.
What good's the possession? So it comes down to ball in the net.
Exactly. Sam Merson, once again, involved in pretty much everything that Hanworth do going forward. And Terry Buss has done extremely well. He's come out quickly and strongly and cleared the ball. Like I said, a legend in these parts. Over 600 games for the Villains. So here we go. Number 3 for Long Eaton United is going to take the throw in here. Ryan Head. Not as long as the previous throw-in, but there's a foul just on the. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's Long Eaton United, and I'll be honest, Rob. Looking at that, It looked like it was. It looked like it was a rash. It looked like it was a rash challenge inside the box, and I think you can even see, just looking back on it there, I think it's Bernie Tanner, I think, who's made the challenge and brought him down. He's almost putting his head in his hands as he's fallen down, unfortunately, for Hanworth Villa. But it's a penalty, and we're 12 minutes into this game, and it's going to be the number 9 from Long Eaton United. It's going to take this, Cameron Campbell, who won the penalty, and that is, I think, Rob, I mean, that's a penalty, wasn't it? I don't think you can have any complaints.
I don't think anybody can really have too many complaints. Bernie Tanner will be really annoyed the fact that it's been given against him, but he can't.
Here we go, Long Eaton United. And it's a great save by Terry Buss, but it's a great return. I mean, look, you can miss them, but and if you follow it up and put it away, then it doesn't really matter, does it? It's a goal. 1-0 Long Eaton United here. 1-0 to the visitors, all the way from Nottinghamshire. And Terry Buss, like I said, a legend in these parts, will be gutted. It's a good save. It was a good height for the keeper, but you can only, it came back to Cameron Campbell, should I say? Cameron Palmer came back to him, and any striker at this level should be able to put that away, and he did. And it's 1-0 to the visitors here. So despite a really strong 10-minute spell, opening 10 minutes from Hanworth Villa, they find themselves behind, Rob, but they've shown plenty enough to know that there's going to be chances here. Sam Merson is just offside there, and I tell you what, that would have been a fantastic goal. What a shame that is. Sam Merson is having a word with the assistant there, but I tell you what, he got in front of him, and that just shows you the quality available and the quality of the finish there. I know it's been disallowed, but the way that swung in, Rob, that was. But anyway, it was. I mean, Rob, you saw it. You thought it was offside. The assistant referee thought it was offside.
It was.
So.
Yeah. I think I have to admit, I think from the line I know there's one or two of the officials think otherwise, but I think it was a fair call by the assistant.
But I tell you what, and it just goes to show again the intent and the positivity and also the options that Hanworth Villa have got up there. But yeah, here we go. Oh, look, it's the big number 6 from Long Eaton United, Kieran Walker. And this is what we saw. We've already seen one. Yeah. This is something that Simon Hockney and his staff and his players know all about. This is a serious weapon for Long Eaton United. And they are going to swing this ball in here. Oh, he's gone for a short one after all that. Commentator's curse. But anyway, he's found himself free. He's going to cross the ball in, but it's well claimed by Terry Buss. Well done, Terry Buss there. He'd be pleased to get his hands on that. And he's tried to find Sam Merson early. He's hit it low, but that has meant it's gone straight to Long Eaton United. But anyway, Villa back on the attack now towards Sam Merson. I tell you what, Sam Merson finds himself in just pockets of space, doesn't he?
He's one of those players that seems to have more time than he actually has.
Yeah.
He makes time. And that's the quality that he has.
Terry Buss there, winning a free kick. I would say a bit unnecessary, but hey, all number 9s are going to do that, aren't they, Rob?
Of course they are. Yeah,
aren't they,
Rob?
Got to
go for that.
But you could, Sam. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say whether Sam Merson plays up front, in the striker role, or he plays a number 10, or he plays a bit deeper, because he's doing it all at the moment. And I think with Michael Kamara at number 4 gives you that chance to do that. But anyway,
I mean, in many respects, it's got a vague similarity to the old, also the new false 9.
Well, absolutely right, Rob. And anyway, as I say that, it's going to be through on goal here, but it's well defended by the number 2. It had to be. Yeah. You're absolutely right, Rob. You're absolutely right.
He's one of those where you can put him up front and he'll play up front, but he's also dropping off, and the defenders then are never totally sure where, if they should man mark him or just leave it, in a zone. And that is what is keeping Sam Merson in the goals, because he knows how to find that space. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And anyways. Sorry, Rob.
That's how he scores his goals.
No, he does. You're right, absolutely right, Rob. And here we've got now a throw-in, big throw-in from Hanworth Villa towards. Oh, it's bobbing around the box. Gangan looks like he was fouled there. No, the referee says no, and it goes out for a corner. Well. I mean, the claims from. Yeah, that's fine. The claims from Hanworth Villa are strong there, but the referee, for the second time against Hanworth Villa, has said no. I don't know, Rob. I don't know. I'm not so sure that.
It's one of those you see them give, you see them not give.
I'm not so sure there, but I tell you what, the players that were closer to me, certainly appeal for it. Anyway, corner number 6, Rob, I think this is, for Hanworth Villa, swung in, well cleared by I think it was Cameron Walker there. I've given him another surname, Cameron Campbell, should I say.
That's another free kick, and
another
Jay
free kick there.
Barton's, definitely trying to find some space down this on this right-hand side. I mean, if you think about it, 5 corners. This is what the 3rd or 4th free kick Hanworth have had. They've had the opportunity. They've had the possession. They've spent most of the match so far in this first 16 minutes in the Long Eaton half, and they've got nothing to show for it. That was not what you really want to see. They were a goal down. They need to start converting some of these chances that they're creating.
Well, they need to make it tell, don't they? And here's Jay Barton now, swinging the ball in. It's a lovely, delicious cross, but just a little bit too deep. It's hard for us to tell on sometimes the depth, because we are at ground level here, just in front of just behind, should we say, behind the fence that goes all the way around this pitch. And it was just a little bit too deep, that one there from Jay Barton. He'd be disappointed with that because he's obviously got it in the locker to do better, and as we've seen that already so far in this game. But yeah, Rob, it feels like we haven't really drawn breath for much of this game so far.
Think we have.
17 minutes in, 18 minutes in, and it's 1-0 to Long Eaton United. The visitors are on top here.
I think one of the things that might make it difficult when you set pieces from this side is, the wind actually, I think, is actually going across the pitch here at Rectory Meadow, and from behind the camera across the pitch. So everything going across that way is going to get picked up by the wind a little. So they haven't yet adjusted for that. And I would have thought corners and set pieces from the far side will be held up a fraction. And if a team can adjust to that and make allowances for that, then they've got a tactic.
Well, exactly.
It's a stronger wind than what we've seen actually around for quite a while. So,
it's been blowing our papers all over the shop, hasn't it?
It has this afternoon. We need paperweights the size of
mobile phones and iPads. Yeah, they're holding it down. But
I was going to say my co-commentator's bank balance. But
I don't know about that. We're doing this for free. No.
That's true.
But it's it's a pleasure to be here and pleasure to bring you this coverage of what has been a very exciting 19-20 minutes or so of the Buildbase, and this is a hell of a throw. Look at that throw, Rob, all the way, and it's headed. It's well stoutly defended by Michael Kamara on the number 10 there, but. I'll tell you what, the height of that throw and also the pace of it, that asks questions of you, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it comes through slow and flat, which long throws you don't see.
Yes.
Everybody, every that we've seen, long throw that we've seen in, most of them in history, have been a bit loopy, a bit flighted and stuff like that. These come in low and hard, like almost like a cross.
It is. I have to say, I'm extremely impressed, and like I said, it was something that the villains were well aware of. This threat that Long Eaton have on those throw-ins, but because I think back to Rory DeLapp. Do you remember? His were a bit like that, but they still had quite a lot of height on them. It's really good technique from the number 6, Kieran Walker.
It'd be interesting actually just to see it, slowed down, just to see how he keeps it down like that. Be interesting to see if we could, if anybody's got that.
Well, exactly, and look, this is very much this is HRBFC live. This is we've got one camera. We are unable to give you replays. But we're doing this for our neighbours and stuff like that. It's very it's great to be able to do that. So apologies if you are hoping for some replays and the like, but it's all one camera stuff. But we will try and give you as much detail as possible. Anyway, and as I say that, Hanworth Villa across the goal and it's in. It's an own goal. It's an equaliser. It's an equaliser. And I tell you what, Rob was just saying moments ago how Brandon Brazy needs to get that ball in. Make the most of those opportunities down the wing, and he swung it in. And you've got to feel a little bit unfortunate, haven't you, for the Long Eaton captain there, who's deflected off his heel and gone into the goal. It looks like the Long Eaton United player in the process may have done some damage to himself, but the hosts have equalised now, and they're back on level terms, which. I think you have to say, even a Long Eaton United fan will be tuning in. It is probably deserved.
I mean, the goal itself, it's a bit scruffy, as own goals generally are. You don't often get many that are quality. You get a few, but not many. And that is the reward that they've had for that. I mean, Romain Graham has been someone that he's an experienced central defender. He knows his job, and he's not frightened of scoring goals. I mean, there's if you look hard enough, or on the Long Eaton United website, there's mention of a goal where he dribbles past 4 people, 50 odd yards, and puts it in the back of the net. He's definitely got ability there, but for that own goal, it was, he'll be so disappointed he didn't get the right connection on that one.
Yeah, he will.
But,
it was fizzed in so well that even the players of his quality.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of cost Brandon, should be putting in. Keep it low, keep it hard, because it'll just ricochet anywhere, and that's what happens. If you do it low, do it hard, there's always the possibility that the defender can't control where he's sending it.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the time, they do clear it. Put it, help it on or send it back.
Yeah.
Or
well, he just couldn't adjust his feet
remotely
quick enough, could he?
No,
and it spun off his. But as we say this, unfortunately, it looks like the number 3 for Long Eaton United might. Oh no, he's gonna try and run it. I think he landed awkwardly on his arm.
I think he did, but
in a vain attempt to chase down Brandon Vase with a lovely fizzing cross in that just couldn't be dealt with by the Long Eaton United. And I tell you what, the Hanworth Villa fans, those of you who are watching, and those that maybe have vantage points from, shall we say, outside the ground, certainly enjoyed that. But rules are rules.
Well, it's basically it's set up. The game's now set up. We're halfway through the first half. Scores a level again. It's still all to play for.
It is. It is.
Hanworth have now won a roll.
Listen to the Michael Kamara. You can see the experience there. Come on, lads. Come on. Brilliant. And here we are. We've got another throw in it now. Now the tails are up here from Hanworth, can't they? And rightly so, because no doubt about it, the heads would have gone down conceded. Not just the fact that Buss saved the penalty initially and then they got the rebound.
Yeah, and it looks as if there's except the big fellas from the back are coming up. Jamie Thorogood's gone up. Bernie Tanner's gone up.
Ball goes into the box. Edge of the box. Jay Barton. And it's in. Oh no! Sorry, I can't believe. Well, I tell you what. I mean, I said it was in because I just assumed that was going to hit the back of the net there, and he's desperately unlucky. I say unlucky, he's put it wide, but great pressure from Hanworth Villa, and and it looks like the number 3 for Long Eaton United is going to have to leave the pitch. He's done his arm in trying to chase down Brandon Vase.
So it'll be interesting to see who's going to replace Ryan Head this afternoon. Let's just see if we can get some indication of a number.
This is it, you see. No, I can't see no one. Yeah, this is the level of football, Even if they'd put the board up, Rob, it's so bright here, I don't think I would have been able to see it, but Rob's going to find out and keep an eye on him, and we'll tell you who's come on there for Long Eaton United. But this is a really, really exciting game of football, and it's 1-1. That's a lovely touch from Brandon, sorry, I keep, and now Jay Barton's done extremely well, and he lays it forward to Sam Gargan, who's going to try and get goal side of number 4, who can only put it out for a corner. Is that number 7 corner?
I think
Rob?
It is.
Number 7.
Substitution, we finally worked it out. Number 14, James Taylor's come on to replace Ryan Head for Long Eaton.
It's always no one wants to see anyone go off injured, especially so early in the game.
Definitely not.
20, and as somebody as innocuous as that, he was just trying to defend for his team. But corner number 7 here from the Villains. Jay Barton's going to swing this in, and they've been. It's just flicked across goal, and it might go out. It looks like it might be. Long Eaton United are going to win that ball, and they're going to try and start an attack of their own. But I tell you what, that's a lovely little touch there from Hanworth Villa and Sam Merson. That's a good tackle, and that's a good tackle from the guy who scored an own goal. And it looked. Don't think Sam Gargan meant to do that there Sam Gargan. It looked like a tackle / shot, which obviously didn't trouble the keeper, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But
it's funny you should mention that, because those eagle-eyed people among you who, shall we say, frequent the lesser-known regions of Twitter would have seen a goal from the Northern Ireland League, where there was a challenge exactly like that. The keeper came in, the defender came 30 yards. 30 yards out, made the tackle. In clearing the ball.
Yes, I did see that one. Yes.
Went straight into the top corner of the net, and the keeper was just looking at him as if to say, "What have you done?"
Exactly.
So it does happen.
It does happen, to be fair. And Hanworth Villa have got another free kick, and I do have to make an apologies, by the way, because I did say that Long Eaton was in Nottinghamshire.
It's
in Derbyshire.
It's Derbyshire.
Huge apologies for those, because I know those things can be very, very, very I was trying to think. I could have just lost my complete word there. But they can be very tense. Those things, the local rivalry. So apologies for everyone from Long Eaton United for getting your county wrong. Yes, like I said, it's been a real battle and real tough week this week to get all this all set up. We're all volunteers and stuff like that. So I may get a couple of things wrong, and apologies for that. But anyway, if you are watching from and listening and watching in from Derbyshire, Long Eaton are on the attack here, United. And this would be a good break in play up this end of the pitch for them, because Hanworth certainly had their tails up after that goal. And
it did.
But as we've seen on the rare forays upfield, Long Eaton United have shown their intent and certainly shown that they've got the quality. But it's a good game of football, this, Rob. 27 minutes.
It's hard to believe we've only had 27 minutes. It feels like we've had. There's been more action in these 27 minutes than some matches you see in the first half.
It's a lovely cross and it's flicked on, but it is cleared by Samra Gagan. Only to as far as number 8 from Long Eaton, who's going to have a shot and swings it in towards Cameron, and the Terry Buss came for it, and it's had to be well dealt with by Bernie Tanner. I tell you what, he's looked very dangerous, Cameron Campbell, when the ball ever goes into him, and he was dangerous there. And Bernie Tanner, Terry Buss sort of half came for it, and it looked like Cameron Campbell might have an empty net to slide the ball in, but it's well dealt with by Bernie Tanner. And is this the first corner for Long Eaton?
I think it is, yes.
I think it is 7-1 in the corner count, but it doesn't matter. And the one it matters, it's 1-1, and the ball swings out, but it's cleared by Hanworth Villa. And it's well dealt with there by the centre defender, but Hanworth Villa are on the attack, and it's number 11 for Hanworth Villa, Messach Williams, who did so well. It's a good tackle there. He's done 2 great tackles there, and it's Messach Williams who obviously had that chance that looked all the world like it was going to go in, Rob, only moments ago, but he put it wide. But I tell you what, there's some great. Tell you what, Rob, it has to be said. I think Hanworth Villa really do attack down the wings, don't they? I know Brandon Basie's got a lot of had a lot of attention, shall we say, at this level. Yeah. So, and I know Simon before the game pointed them out as one of the players to watch, and when he can break at speed like that, along with Williams and along with Jay Barton and along with Sam Merson, then Long Eaton have got a hard job. But so far, that's a lovely throw. Talking of good throws, and it's gone in. It looked like it might be an. Oh my goodness! Samra Gargan has spurned the ball over the bar. And somehow it looked like it was going to be another own goal there, Rob. I think it came off the back of one of the Long Eaton United players.
I think the original header was from a Hanworth Villa player, and the ricochet was going to take it over Sam Wilson's head, and he just managed to get a hand on it to push it onto the bar.
And then it came out, and Gangan has got to score that, hasn't he?
He got underneath.
He's got to score it.
He'll be really. I won't say he'll be kicking himself, but he'll be annoyed because he got underneath it when, it's one of those situations where it's actually easier to hit the target than miss it.
Yeah.
And it was, what was he, 6-8 yards out?
And it was crowded. No, don't get me wrong, it was crowded, but I certainly would have expected him to find the target. And it's great play again from Hanworth Villa, but Long Eaton United are still not hanging in. That's probably I didn't mean it like that. But there's Brazy again, really attacking, and look, he's got quick feet. Good tackle there it was, to be fair, from the number 10. That was a good tackle, that, actually, wasn't it, Rob? It was well timed. It has to be, and it's well headed on. Cameron Campbell really looks like the outlet for Long Eaton United, doesn't he, Rob? The big number 9, and that ball looked like it was going to bounce out, but it's bounced all the way back. It hit the roof and came all the way back there for Long Eaton United. But that looked like, for all the world, that was going in the car park, or at least on the M3. But anyway, Cameron Campbell, I have to say, a real outlet for Long Eaton United, Rob. It has to be said.
Cam Campbell plays, he plays as a striker, but he's also got ability as an attacking midfielder. He can sit back and he can play, behind,
talking of abilities, look at that throw.
I would still want to see if it's as according to the laws of the game, though.
Have we got? Are you suggesting it may be a chut?
Well, no, I'm just suggesting
your cricket knowledge here.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but we were all told when we were kids being coached, the ball goes behind your head, over your head. If you look at the throw from Kieran Walker, it almost looks as if it's got a bit, it's coming over his shoulder.
Let's have a look, Rob. Rob, I'll leave you on that, but I will get, and it's going to be fizzed in.
No, that's a
great throw, to be fair. And it goes towards the edge of the box, towards Long Eaton United, number 10. But it looks like Terry Buss is going to come and get it. Sorry if I was a little bit unsure there. We've got the awning in our way there. But look at Brandon Brandon Vase is on the break here. He's done extremely well, hasn't he, Rob? Being one of the standout players, if not the standout player. But it's well dealt with, and it's gone out for a corner. No, goal kick, should I say? Sorry, it came off.
No.
You probably wanted to just do a little bit more there, don't you, Rob?
Yeah,
just a little bit more to get in that position, to win the ball, to break. Just that final thing, final thing.
I mean, that's one of those situations where you automatically assume that it's taken a touch off the defender. You know, that time it didn't. You know, Barzi's shot went straight out, but you know, he down this right-hand side has been given the number 11 Jamie Walker some terrible things to face.
Yeah, well,
you know, he's got the pace, he's got the feet, and it's just a case of
they've obviously.
He's just one of those players that no fullback ever wants to see.
Well, I'm guessing, Rob, and I might be wrong here, and apologies for any Long Eaton United fans. I'm guessing Jamie Walker at number 11 doesn't usually play left back because obviously the left back Ryan came off.
Yeah.
And now we've got.
I mean, according to the notes on the excellent Long Eaton website, thank you very much, guys. He's actually down listed as an attacking midfielder.
Yeah. So I imagine they've put him back there, and it's hard enough if you're a good defender, let alone an attacker. So. But yeah, so far so good. And another ball fizzed in, and it looked like the number 10 was going to sneak in at the back post there for Long Eaton United. Jamie Gale. But the ball is and again it's offside now. The referee said the assistant referee has deemed it offside. But yes, we've just over the half hour mark, 32 minutes in now, and this has been a breathless 30 minutes. Chances for both sides. It has to be said, and I think if you're a Hanworth Villa persuasion, you would be hoping that you would have liked to have been in the lead given the chances they've had, and unfortunately for them, it's not the case. Long Eaton United have defended stoutly, and there's been a lot of bodies in the box, but I think it's been a case of more not taking their chances rather than miraculous defending or goalkeeping. Although there has been a couple of good saves from Sam Wilson. But anyway, Long Eaton United are getting a bit more of the game now. And they're on the attack now, Hanworth Villa, I think, with the left back now down the wing, and he's going to try and fizz it in, but it's not a bit scrappy. But Cameron Campbell is going to try his best there, and he is a real presence there, and it's an attempted shot by Gale, but it doesn't cause any trouble. But he has got through past Michael Kamara, just where the penalty was given, and that's why there was a little hesitance to not stick the foot in there by Hanworth Villa. But it's well recovered in centre midfield by. His name escapes me there. I'm really apologies. I'm still learning the player's name. I think that was Hornby, wasn't it? There that recovered it well in centre midfield. But it's great play from. No, sorry, of course it was. It was Jay Barton. Sorry, apologies. I mean, Rob, apologies. Rob knew it was Jay Barton. You should have said it was Jay Barton, but really well won back there.
It was.
He started the game on the right hand side a bit more, but he's definitely taken a more of a central midfield position. But I tell you what, Rob. Mate, this is a great game of football. It has to be said.
It is. I mean, we always thought it would be because when we look at what Long Eaton's form was before the season got curtailed, they were averaging 4 goals a game, and they'd only conceded 4 all season. In the league.
Only 4 all season. Is that poor?
4 all season. So it's a case of we knew that they were good at the back, but we also knew they could come forward. Hanworth hadn't scored as many goals, but they were still scoring plenty of goals. So we knew there was quite a few chances going to appear.
Well, they would have if they'd have won their games in hand, Hanworth, they'd have been second in the league. So these are two good sides, and Long Eaton United third in the Midland Football League Premier, behind Sporting Calcer. I tell you what, that is something. Yeah.
I mean, it's quite impressive for Long Eaton, and we congratulate the Long Eaton supporters on the team. When you go and play in 8 games, you only conceded 4 goals in that. That is just one heck of a
they haven't.
defensive
Yeah, of course they haven't lost either, have they? That's pretty.
They were unbeaten. They scored 31. It's nearest it's 4 goals a game. That is just a great.
Oh, a lovely touch from Gagan there, but just taking it away. But yes, Rob, you're absolutely right. This is two teams of good attacking intent and quality.
Yes.
But as I say that, you just want Jay Barton there. Just wanted the ball just to fall a little bit better than it did, because it was a take, because it was coming high out of the air. Anyway, it's a good game of football still, and let's hope it carries on that way. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage here, brought by us from HRBFC Live. Anyway, we are normally doing this for Hampton and Richmond. Obviously, our season ended early, but we're helping out our neighbours here at Hanworth Villa, just down the road. the big road, the M3. It is the M3, isn't it? I'm not the best driver. So,
I don't drive it also.
No, well, there you are. Yeah, Rob. Yeah, me and Rob walked here. So anyway, but yes, this is it's a lovely part. It's a lovely place to. The pitch is great, and I have to say again, congratulations to the volunteers. The goals as well. They've got brand new nets in the goals. They've really gone for it at Hanworth Villa here. And it's great to see. It's non-league football at its best, and I've been here a couple of times because we've had to scope out what we can do with our volunteer-led crew, and everyone's been here working and doing something. There's been something to do. There might not be any fans here, but there's been something to do. Great touch from Sam Merson. Great touch towards Vase, who's taking it past the keeper. He's going to slot into an empty goal. That is a fantastic goal from Hanworth Villa. Great play, wasn't that? That was Barton. That was a Barton, Merson, Brazy, brilliant. That's a fantastic goal from the Villains. Fantastic, well done. All round. I mean, If you
saw that goal on Saturday night, coming out of the Premier League, the EFL, even the National League, you'd be raving about it. And look at that.
Fantastic.
Brandon Vase, he kept his cool. He saw that the keeper, Sam Wilson, had come out the goal to try and Sam Wilson had seen what the issue
danger because he was through on goal. He had to. The keeper's got nothing on there. He's come out to come and claim it, and he had to
come out and at least try and make sure that Brandon didn't get past him. But unfortunately, he kept his cool and took it round and buried it. He didn't side.
He did. I tell you what, it was a good finish. Well done, Brandon Brazy. And I tell you what. It was Brandon Barzy. Sorry, Barzy. I keep misreading it. Mind you, I shouldn't be having to read it. He's probably been a stand-up player so far. I'd say.
Has for this first half.
And I tell you what, fantastic. Well done, lad. But again, just before that, Jay Barton and Sam Merson linking up so well there. To set that move in motion, and like I said, the keeper couldn't do anything but try and
he didn't.
But that's a lovely touch and composure as well, Rob.
He did.
To just take it to the side of him, leave him for dead, and there was two covering defenders, but still, great play from the Villains, the hosts. Are leading this game 2-1 now, after going behind after an absolute. I'm sure it was a penalty. There was hardly any complaints. It has to be said, and. Coming back into the game through an own goal, a fizzing ball from the second goal scorer, Barzy, who swung the ball in. It came off the heel of a Long Eaton United defender. And 38 minutes gone. It's 2-1 to the Villains in this fifth round Buildbase FA Vase game. And the next stage is the quarterfinals. So the winner of this game will be in the quarterfinals and just 2 matches away from Wembley, Rob. I mean, what a carrot that is. And anyway, Hanworth Villa on the attack now. Sam Merson has just found that space. He's going to go for goal. Oh, he's made him do a save though. Yeah. I think he was trying to get some height on that. It didn't quite work. Went flat. But just that thing again, Rob, where Sam Merson just finds that pocket of space, doesn't he?
He does.
These are decent defenders, and they're not playing a high line.
No.
He just knows. It's just that knowledge and that ability to find. I suppose when you. That's a free kick. It has to be to Long Eaton United. I don't think there was any malice in that. I think it was a little bit late. I don't think there was any malice in that. But
I don't think there was. I mean, the Hanworth player was definitely was just stooping to get the ball. So there wasn't really. I mean, I'm not surprised the Long Eaton player went for it. He had,
Yeah, exactly.
If he hadn't have done, he'd have had Ian Deakin on his back saying, what were you pulling out for? What were you backing out from?
And I think the other thing you have to remember for those ones, Rob, is he has gone down to head the ball.
Yeah.
It's still
It's still dangerous,
and he's going to get a yellow card for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this has been a very, very exciting game of football. Privileged to be here, lucky enough to be here. For those of you watching in on the stream, thank you very much for joining us, and I can tell you now that every single penny will make a difference to a non-league football club who aren't able to allow fans in during this incredible cup run that they've had. So it's much appreciated, and thank you very much for spending your hard-earned on a Saturday afternoon to watch I hope you've enjoyed the game of football so far.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about the FA Vase this season is the fact they've drawn the rounds ahead. It's not just a case of.
Yes. We know what's going to happen next week.
We do. I mean,
happen.
whatever the result is, one of these two teams will play either Hadley, which is out near Barnet way, I think, or Binfield, which is out near Bracknell.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So I mean,
and they'll be home. The winners of this game will be home.
Exactly.
So, You know,
it's I actually think this is actually a better way of doing it in some respects, because then you know what you've got what you've got coming up. You know what your reward is.
Exactly, and if you don't know who Rob is, I'm Seb. I'm the media guy at Hampton and Richmond, but Rob is the match secretary at Hampton and Richmond. And let me tell you, behind these games, even more so in these COVID times, there's an awful lot of paperwork. There's an awful lot of organising. There's an awful lot of liaising and that linking up, isn't there, Rob? So to have it laid out the week after, to know, is very helpful, isn't it? And maybe something that COVID has happened. You know, to get people. I mean, maybe this is something that can be kept.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, what will happen after the result is known today, tomorrow, or possibly even as late as Monday, the secretary at the winning club will already know who to contact.
Well, exactly.
Will already know who to go and ask, to go and say, what's the arrangements? How do we,
Well, it might be after the game. Maybe they'll have a few beers, the winning secretary, and then he'll do it tomorrow, maybe. But yeah,
I would think Sunday's a better day to be doing it.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Those things do make a difference, don't they?
They do.
And anyway, they're on the attack again now. Villa. He's looked really good. The number 2 for Villa, Guy Anson Palmer. He adds something, doesn't he? He supports Brandon. I mean, they've really got some talent on the wings.
This is part of the reason Brandon can go forward, because he knows.
And Jay Barton has got some good feet there. As I say, that commentator's curse. It's always the way. Misplaced pass, but it was a great take, to be fair. And they're through. On, but right in front of us. It's right in front of us, Rob. The players here, but it's another throw-in for throw-in for Hanworth Villa. They will be looking to make it their territory count here, won't they, Rob? Because
you would hope so.
They definitely, when they break, and you've got Sam Merson there, you've got Brandon Brazier, you've got the number 11 Messach Williams, who has looked again. Also Jay Barton as well. They've got a really strong attacking threat.
A lot of pace in it.
They have.
There's a lot of pace.
Skillful. Pace and skill.
It's the pace that defenders don't like.
Exactly, Rob. Well, and Paul, number 11, who isn't a defender, as far as we know. We'll try and find out at half-time for Long Eaton. Brandon there showing that his tackling probably wasn't as good as his skill. But anyway, number 7 for Long Eaton puts it down into the box, but it's well cleared by Gagan. And Hanworth Villa on the attack again, and Sam Merson. Sam Merson is furious there.
That was a tight one.
It was a tight one, because not only can he find the space, he was not happy there.
Yeah, I mean,
it was tight, but the linesman was quick to put his flag up.
He was well in line. I mean, you could see for 2 or 3 seconds that Sam Merson was just trying to time his run, trying to make sure he was still onside, and it just didn't quite work out.
He was looking down the line, and
he was doing exactly what a good striker would be. I think
the assistant referee. Oh my goodness, the ball's spilled by Terry Buss. But it's gone out all the way out for a corner. Now that could have been very dangerous, but the number 10, I think it was Long Eaton. I can see the number 10 now. The number 9, should we say? That looked dangerous, and Terry Buss has come to get that, and has unfortunately spilled it. If you're a Hanworth Villa fan, and it's gone behind the goal, and it's a corner for Long Eaton United, and they'll be looking to get back in the game here. This is a chance. They're sending the big guy. Kieran Walker's gone up just before half-time. It would be a great time for the visitors to equalise and get back into this, and the ball swung in. It's quite a deep corner, and it's gone straight across the face of goal, and it's gone in. I think that was the number 6. I'm just seeing he's being congratulated. Oh, it's Cameron. Of course it is. It's Cameron Campbell. And the ball flashed across goal, and it bounced around. And Cameron Campbell, who's been the outlet this whole game for Long Eaton United, has just slotted it home from point blank range, would you say, Rob? And that's 2-2. Well, Rob, you said, didn't you? You said that this team have got plenty of goals in them, and okay, they may not have been down there that neck of the woods and down that end as much as Hanworth have been down this end. But they made it count.
They were showing the fact that they can be clinical with the chances they get.
Yes.
Hanworth have had 5, 6, 7 chances.
Good chances,
good chances, and only converted 1 of them plus the own goal. Whereas Long Eaton have had half that number, and they were level at 2-2. We're into time added on at the end of the first half. The referee, I think, probably had at least 2 or 3 minutes. Because the physio's been on a couple of occasions. So
yes, he has, and it's been 4 goals as well, Rob.
Been 4 goals, so So I definitely think there'll be at least 2 minutes, probably 3, could even be 4.
Yeah, but if you're Simon Huckney, you're going to be a little bit disappointed, especially just before half-time, to concede. But we've seen from both sides now, haven't we, that they've got attacking intent, and I tell you what, it's all to play for. It's been 4 goals in as breathless first half, I have to say.
I know at the start of the game we wished for a game without penalties. I think it's possible that we might not.
Yeah.
But the thing is, how many goals will we get? I mean, we've got 4 already. We've got 45 minutes to go. How many goals is there left in this game? There's obviously more. But the thing is, which way are they going to go?
He's done well there, the number 11 for Long Eaton United, who we think is a midfielder playing left back. So, but yeah, I think Hanworth will be I think what the problem with. I think Hanworth there will be disappointed. It was a sloppy corner to concede. Terry Buss has come for it, and it's come out of his hands. And then it's just pinged around the box without anyone from Hanworth just going get rid.
Yeah, getting the foot through it.
So, but yes, it's 2-2, and the visitors from Derbyshire are on level terms. And look, this is one for one team here. You get into 2 games away from Wembley. To the other team, the season ends. Yeah. The losers end, like Rob said, and it's a fizzing throw-in, which is really dangerous. But it's well dealt with by Hanworth Villa there, and it's a free kick. But the referee's called a free kick. But so yeah, sudden death football, I think you called it, Rob, which I don't think I can say any better than that. But yeah. We've got a coach here from Long Eaton who was given some instructions and rightly so. Because I tell you what, Long Eaton they're tall in defence, aren't they? Look at that, especially with their 6 and 5 in
if you
defence.
look at Romain Graham and Kieran Walker, they've definitely got inches there.
Yeah, sat on that. Look, but Sam Merson's won that header because again, it's that timing, that little bit of little second, isn't it? That means you can get it. But Hanworth Villa, anyway, it's been an exciting game for you, the viewer, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We've enjoyed watching it and bringing it to you, and hopefully, you've enjoyed it and that you're all set. You go and make a cuppa at half time, and I will certainly get a cup of tea, won't we, Rob? And
we shall definitely try to.
Yeah, and then we'll come back for the second half. But yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. And Hanworth Villa 2, Long Eaton United 2, in this pulsating Buildbase fifth round of the FA Vase tie, and both teams have played extremely well. Both teams have gone for it, but attacking intent. No one's come here to take it to penalties or anything daft like that, have they? So
I think that's because both teams have had enough of penalties. We've seen what Hanworth have. We know that Long Eaton.
There's the whistle.
But we've got to half time. That's the first half in the can. 2-2. Both coaches will have things they're happy with. Both coaches have things they'll be completely annoyed with. And this is the time where the coaches have to regroup, having seen the first half, they'll now know what the opposition are capable of.
Well, exactly.
And I think if I was Ian Deacon, I'd be trying to make sure that Gondon Barzi didn't get the ball.
Yeah, well, exactly. And this is the thing. And this is when you can make plans, can't you? I know they had to. So what Long Eaton United had to adjust, didn't they? They had to adjust by putting the left midfielder on the left-hand side at fullback, which to be fair to him, he's done as well as can be expected. And in actual fact, he's made a couple of good tackles. But now they can sit down and work out exactly what to do and how to do it. So this is an important time for both managers, and it is all to play for. I can see, whilst Hanworth have had more of the territory and I've had more of the chances, this game's all to play for, and either side can get something from this game. There's no doubt about it. And they've both shown that they can do damage in the opposition boxes, and it's all set, Rob. I really have enjoyed this so far, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And
it's been a marvellous game to watch.
Yeah.
Because as
you've said,
and as we've said time and again, the attacking intent from both teams. It's clear to see. You can see it in every second, every challenge, every pass.
No malice either as well, Rob. No malice at all. Both teams playing to a great spirit.
It's been played in the right spirit, the way football should be played.
Yeah.
And because they both know there's a lot riding on it. If you get sent off in a match like this, your season could be over.
Well, yeah, as you said, sudden death football, isn't it?
It is sudden death football. If you get sent off and your team wins, you're going to miss the biggest match this season. Yeah.
Well, especially if it's 3 matches, you miss a chance of. Well, you get sent off, you miss a chance of being at Wembley potentially.
Exactly. You see, so that's why the players are just they've got that proper spirit, and and the situation like this in a setting like this.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that football can be played in the right manner.
Oh, of course it can. You're right.
This has been a great match.
Right,
If you're in neutral and you're watching this, you're probably loving every second of it because you're seeing goals.
Yeah, exactly.
You've actually seen some good challenges as well. Sensible tackling. Everything's been all as it should be. And if you're watching this and you've no allegiance to either side, it's brilliant.
And as I say this, Simon Hockney's just coming off now, so his players would have been in the dressing room a good couple of minutes before Simon's managed to go in and Simon's obviously got his thoughts and composed his thoughts, and he's going to go in there and tell Hanworth Villa players, I'm sure he's going to tell them, keep doing the same stuff, just be a little bit more ruthless in that final third. And look, Rob, we're Hampton and Richmond Borough media team. It's HRBFC Live, putting this game on for Hanworth Villa for their game against Long Eaton United, and it's a pleasure to do so, of course it is. But that's one of the things that we were saying a lot about Hampton and Richmond. We would this season being more ruthless in the box, and some days when we beat Billericay 6-2, it couldn't stop going in.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Simon Hockney will be saying to his players. Yeah. Just be a bit more clinical. Which the second goal from Brandon Brazi is a fantastic goal, isn't it? It's great work, but it's clinical and composure, which is what they needed and wanted.
That goal, if there was a goal of the round.
Well, yeah.
It would be in there.
It will.
No question about it. It would be in there because it was, just the way it all fell into place. The passing just fell to feet, and then Brandon found himself with that space. Yes, there was a couple of defenders covering him. Keeper was coming out, and he still kept his composure, beat the keeper, took no notice of the defenders.
There's two defenders as well. But anyway, I think me and Rob are going to go and try and find a cup of tea, because it is thirsty work. This. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll come back in, what are we on now, 15:53. We'll be back on in about 7 or 8 minutes, I reckon, 10 minutes. But hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed it, tell people on social media. You can still get tickets for it. All the links on the social media channels. So yeah, see you in a minute. We're back. We did get our cup of tea and coffee.
We
Thank
have.
you very much for everyone at Hanworth Villa for
yes.
not just their hospitality, but their passion for their football club. I think it's got to be said,
Can't be beaten.
No, so thank you very much. And the players have come out now from both sides. Well, Rob, if it's anything like the first half, we're in for a cracker again. And a lot of talk could be 4-4, could be 5. It could be anything. It could have been anything, couldn't it? It was. I mean, I think might have been a Long Eaton fan because I think it probably could be 4, maybe 4-3 or what, because I think Hanworth did just have quite enough.
I mean, part of the problem is, for both teams is when they're going forward, you automatically feel there's a goal in there, no matter which team comes forward.
Yeah.
You think chances are there, and they're just going to, a goal could appear at any time. I mean, I was lucky; I managed to get, a few seconds with the one of the Hanworth coaching staff, and to say he was disappointed about the goals that were conceded, it's is an understatement.
Yeah.
He was very, very unhappy about the fact that the penalty had been conceded in the first place, and the less said about the corner, the better. The less said about that chance, and they were seriously not happy. I would not be surprised if between them, Simon and the rest of the coaching staff have basically said, "You've got to cut out the mistakes."
Well, as Simon was just in the middle now with the players there, you might be able to see, just on that final thing, and Long Eaton United have done the same, because we've got 45 minutes here.
Yep.
And at the end of this 45 minutes, one set of these players, the season finishes. The next one, we've got a huge quarter-final game next week
at home.
To one of
Hadley or Binfield.
Exactly. So this is huge. I'm not putting too much pressure on the lads. This is a huge 45 minutes for all these players on the pitch and all the staff
there's
involved.
Pressure in the EFL and the Premier League. That's nothing. This is pressure.
To get to the quarter-final, which then would mean they need to win 2 more games to play at Wembley. I mean, imagine either of these teams playing at Wembley after any two teams that get to the final of the FA Vase will deserve it, because it's been a terrible year for all of us, for all different reasons. But non-league football clubs have suffered more than most. That's for sure. It's certainly the game of football, that's for sure. But a quick look down the end of the line there for Long Eaton United, but it's gone straight to Terry Bussey, and he'll be happy to get his hands on the ball again. A legend in these parts, 600 games played. The stand just to the left of us is named after his dad, Tony Buss, and this would be the icing on his Hanworth Villa cake if he could take them one step closer to Wembley. Of course, he's saved a few penalties in the 3 penalty shootouts that Hanworth Villa have had. And let's not forget that. Remember, this game goes, if the scores are the same as they are now, then it's penalties. And we spoke to Simon before the game, Simon Hockney, and he's never won a penalty shootout as a player, and he hadn't won one as a manager. He's won 3 in a row in the FA Vase, which is, he said he doesn't watch them, and I don't blame him, to be honest.
I don't blame him, I couldn't.
Any Hampton and Richmond Borough fans come out in a cold sweat at the word penalties after the playoff final from a few years ago. But anyway, that's not for now. Again, whilst we did mention the throw-in, the really important throw-in from Kieran Walker from Long Eaton United, Hanworth Villa's not got a bad throw-in themselves, have they? To be fair,
nope.
Not quite at the same fizz or the same level, but they've caused some problems.
There's definitely some distance there.
There's one player missing from the Long Eaton United lineup, isn't there? Which we hadn't mentioned. Alexander Marshall, I don't think, is playing, and he's their top scorer with 13 goals and 8. So I was chatting to a couple of the lads, and Cameron Campbell, I mean, even Hanworth Villa persuasion, they were like, well, Campbell is the outlet, isn't he? And anyway, we're going to go to this throw, and I think that's Sam Merson. It's a lovely throw. The keeper's come out, and he's not got it, but it's well cleared, and that was different from what happened down the other end, down that end in the first half. And now Long Eaton United are on the attack. Terry Bussey's come very far out of his goal, but it's a good header, and Sam Gaggan's header, and then Michael Kamara picking the ball up there. I
mean, when you look at both teams as experience from top to bottom, say if you remain Graham there for Long Eaton, you've got Michael Kamara there for Hanworth. They'll be the players. This is the kind of situation that they will relish. A bit of pressure, something to be won at the end of it, and a nice cool head to be able to get the team there.
Well done, Brandon Barsey. Fantastic play, defensively as well as he's been attacked. But, Rob, have we mentioned the substitute yet?
I haven't mentioned.
No, we haven't. I've only just noticed it myself. Number Number 6, the captain. The reason I noticed it, because there's no board or anything, but that's fine, that's absolutely fine. Non-league football at its best. We don't always get it at Hampton, to be fair. Anyway, I will deal with that in a minute, because Long Eaton United are on the attack here, and it's a good tackle. Oh, he's well. Oh, no, it's not. He's offside. Number 7's offside. But Michael Kamara is now the captain of Hanworth Villa, because number 6, Jamie Thorogood, had to go off. And I think he was the one down for a little bit. You remember that one?
Yes.
The player that got sent off for Long for Long Eaton United. He's been replaced by number 12, Lewis Taylor, and so obviously Long Eaton will look to exploit that. If you lose your captain, then it's something to aim for and something to try and exploit. But Hanworth Villa, Lewis Taylor, I'm pretty sure Lewis Taylor played in the game against the Academy a couple of weeks ago for Hampton and Richmond. My last trip to Rectory Meadow, which was a lot colder, let's just say that.
I mean, this afternoon we've got here is just perfect for football, for watching, for playing, just everything he could want for an afternoon at the football. Well, it's just a shame there's nobody else here to share it with us.
And again, all those that are joining us from both sides and even neutrals. But thank you.
We just hope everybody's enjoying it, and we're just sad that you guys can't be here. This is second best,
well, exactly. We've all had to make adjustments in recent times, haven't we, Rob? And this is one of them. But huge credit once again to our amazing team at HRBFC Live, led by Dave Rees, and brilliant camera work by Archie George, and amazing help from his dad Mark as well. So, we're only able to do this because we're all volunteers, and it's been fantastic. But I tell you what, Cameron, I cannot believe the linesman's not given that, Rob.
I thought that was a push.
I thought that was as clear as day. But anyway, as Long Eaton, he's gone for goal there. But Terry, I see he's gone for goal. A cross that went towards goal. But I tell you what, though, once again, it shows the danger. Of number 9, Cameron Campbell, who's been Long Eaton United's best player, I would say. Well headed there by the number 3. Well done. By the number 3 for Hanworth Villa. And I've forgotten how to pronounce his name again because it's extremely hard. Where's and also our team sheet is blown away in the wind here. So, but number 3, Byron Okono Belongo, who's been fantastic in this game. Yeah,
I have to admit, there's quite a few players who've.
Well, Rob, I mean,
made themselves
from a Hampton Richmond persuasion, I've certainly been having a word with Gary about a couple of these players, but I don't know how grateful Hanworth Villa will be about that. But that's for next season. This is this season, and it's the FA Vase 5th round. Hampton Richmond Borough season doesn't start till August, and we can worry about those things now. But hey, Rob, in an ideal world, we would be back here next week for Hanworth Villa in the quarter final. But
who's to say?
In an ideal world, because that's why I want to watch a game of football, and we obviously have an affiliation, shall we say, with Hanworth Villa, given the links between the club. But I have to say, everyone at Long Eaton United have been a pleasure to deal with and talk to when we've been down there, and they played the football in the right way. So may the best team win. And that's gone straight through to the keeper. And look, Sam Merson, if that goes in the goal, that is one. Oh no, it's not.
It's actually near the corner flag.
It's actually near the corner flag. Because I tell you what, he's hit that first time, and I tell you what, I was all set to do the commentary. It was a hell of an effort, wasn't it? At first, I mean, why not? Why not go for it?
That's one thing I've noticed about Sam Wilson.
I tell you what, Tanner's done superbly there for Hanworth Villa, and is trying to set Williams free. Jay Barton, who again, I think is an important player for the Villains. I think he's done really well. He's got a lovely touch for him, but you just want him to do that little bit more in the final third, I think.
Yeah.
That isn't a criticism. That's
I
think it's just that's what makes a difference in this game, because he's clearly got it about him, and he's clearly, work rate. I have to say, both teams have put in phenomenal work rate in the heat.
Yeah, I mean, because it's going to be, in spite of the coolish breeze, it's still going to be quite warm out there.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if Hanworth will exploit the reason that Sam Wilson in the Long Eaton goal has got a great willingness to leave his box and come out and play the goalkeeper sweeper role.
Yeah,
he's very he seems to. He doesn't have an issue doing it. Some keepers you'll see won't do it, but he looks as if he's going to be coming out to try and play that sweeper role and just tidy up.
Well, yeah, and to be fair,
if Hanworth can exploit that, then but Terry Buss does it too.
Terry does that a lot though as well.
Yeah, he does.
So and again, I think that's the attacking intent of both teams. Even the keepers are at it, aren't they? But no, it's been been a good game. It's probably what we on 7-8 minutes into the second half, and it's not been quite as breathless as at first half. Quite often does that, doesn't it? When in football,
Yes.
when you have a breathless first half, they sit down for 15 minutes and take everything on board, and it just takes a bit,
Takes a bit of the steam out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the half-time interval comes, in time for one team or the other team, or for neither team. And if you'd expected the players to carry on at that rate, it would have been.
He's a little bit lucky there, Byron Conco Belango. But I tell you what, he won't care, because Hanworth Villa are well on the attack now, and we're down the other end. Manchester Williams is going to try and put the ball into the box, and he's put it on the ball. Oh, that's a penalty! It is a penalty! It's a penalty! It's a penalty to Hanworth Villa.
That's definitely worth a look. Is this
It's
one?
definitely worth a look, and we're going to, because there's a slight delay on the. So what's happened is Sam Ganga's got the ball. He tries to get through on box, and it's I think the Long Eaton United players might argue that.
I think they may feel.
They may argue.
They may
there,
argue with
but
that
the
one.
long and short of it is, Sam Ragagan went down, and the referee judged it to be a penalty, and that's crucial what matters. And it's no surprise that number 9, Sam Merson, is going to take this penalty, and this is a big moment in this match. 54 minutes in, 2-2. It's been an enthralling game. We were just saying the half-time break may have taken the sting out of a little bit, and there we are, Rob. It's hit, commentators curse again, which has happened a few times this game, so maybe we're not as good as we think. But anyway, Sam Merson with the penalty, and that is a fantastic save from Sam. The other Sam Wilson. I've got to say, because actually that's not an ideal height either, is it, Rob?
I mean, it was above his head. It was never going to be. It was 90% of the time, a penalty taker will expect that one to be in. But Sam Wilson, he left his, he got his right hand up. He managed to get something on it, and it was a strong hand on it as well. It wasn't a case of.
It was a proper hand, wasn't it?
It was a proper hand. The wrist
well
was locked,
done,
he pushed
Sam
it away,
Wilson. Well done. That is.
So you realise 2 penalties and both of them have been saved. Admittedly, the rebound went in for Long Eaton, but
Yeah.
look, I mean, it's just the penalty when we see it again here.
Here's a
He
replay.
takes it well.
That's a hell of a save. That.
Is a really good save.
It's not. Look,
It's not one of those.
If it's what do you? I mean, you can be harsh on Sam Merson and say, well, it hasn't gone in, but that's still a decent. It's not like he scuffed it or
It's not like it's no.
That's a great save.
I
From
mean,
the
it had
keeper.
pace on it. It had height in it to go over the keeper, above the keeper as he dived.
And it was wide as well, still, because
Yeah.
it's a well done, Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
And if you're a Long Eaton United fan, you would have enjoyed every minute of that. Sorry, I just realised we did. We had a replay there of it. Thank you very much, Dave Reese. Apologies. I said earlier on we weren't having replays, and Dave Reese has fashioned that out of the way. But it is, just difficult with the setup we got. But you got one there anyway, and Hanworth Villa on the attack again. And it was Menash Williams that started the move. That got the penalty. Got the award of the penalty eventually. But I tell you what, that's going to put your tails up if you're Long Eaton United. But Sam Merson's got the quality that obviously he's been disappointed that hasn't gone in. But I tell you what, Hanworth Villa are now going to go for the long throw, and they've got everyone apart from 2 defenders. Well, Long Eaton United have got everyone in the box. Brandon Brazy's just on the edge of the box, and I mean, we shall see now. It's Sam Merson, a lovely throw into the box. That the keeper's come to get it, and he's done extremely well. Well done, Sam Wilson again. Credit to the keeper there again.
I mean, basically, it raises the question: if it does go to penalties, who's going to? Who is going to be the hero?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Is it,
Well,
is it gonna,
what a game of football this is.
Because the way it's going, I mean, we've played 10 minutes. You could believe it could stay 2-2 until 90 minutes are up.
Hanworth Villa have got another throw in, have they, Rob? Or was it
it's looking like it's a corner.
Corner, sorry, I completely missed that. We were too busy talking about how exciting this game was, and that's a good thing, isn't it? Isn't that a good thing?
Jay Barton going across to take the corner.
Yeah, Jay
over
Barton.
there in that far side.
So this is what, corner number what?
I've lost count.
No, he's lost count. I think it's corner number 9.
No,
11. 11. The shout from the one of the Hanworth Villa officials. Jay Barton swings the ball in. It's a well-headed clear by the the midfielder that's playing left back, and now it's Long Eaton United on the attack, and it's number 9, Cameron Campbell's looked very dangerous every time he's got the ball up that time, which isn't always getting the ball, but when he does get it, and that's important. That's the difference when you're a player, a good player, isn't it, Rob? You make the difference when you get the ball. You might not get it all the time, but I tell you what, as Cameron Campbell done everything right, and every time he's got the ball, I think he's their best player. There's no doubt about it, and we scored 2 goals. As well,
I mean, he does show how versatile he can be. Making his, playing midfield. He's a clinical striker in the box, as we've seen. He knows where to. Yeah. He knows where the goal is.
And he's just in front of us now. Actually, there's a throw in here, which you can see. Yeah, we are from our camera position, and he's commentator's curse again. He's not bloody won it. No one won the header, but hey, it doesn't matter. But Hanworth Villa, the ball's bobbing. That's lovely skill from Brad. That is fantastic skill from Brandon Brazier, and now he's going on the attack. Hanworth Villa. Michael Kamara is going to keep the ball and maybe put it out wide to Mensa Williams. But I tell you what, that's another great. Sam Merson, he's risen well, but it's well defended by number 6, the throw-in specialist, but also defensive specialist, Kieran Walker. But anyway, Long Eaton United on the attack, and Cameron Campbell, even he knew he was offside there. Didn't run, so he's not offside, but the number 10 is going to carry on the game, and rightly so. Those are the rules, aren't they, Rob?
Exactly.
Those are the
Play
rules.
to the whistle.
But Cameron Campbell put his hand up, I'm offside. But
kept out the way.
Not Tony Gale, that's the other Gale. Jamie Gale, I don't think he's any relation, apologies. Jamie Gale chased that one down and has put the ball in the deep,
He's put the pressure back on.
It's a bit like rugby-esque, almost keep them in that bit, isn't it? Yeah. Keep them in that territory. As I say that though, lovely ball towards Sam Merson, who's going to try and keep it down that end, and he breaks free. And Sam Merson now is going to try and get a shot at goal, but he hits it across. What happened there? Menzak Williams I argue that Menzak Williams should be in there, shouldn't he?
You would expect.
I think he was waiting for him to pull it back, but he didn't pull it back as much.
For the drag back, I think he was looking for it to come back towards the penalty spot, or that kind of area.
But great work from Sam Merson. Again, that's the quality to get in that position, but either a breakdown in communication of what the ball was going to be, or it didn't quite come off. But a chance for Hanworth Villa, that's for sure. And the ball goes floating across now for a goal.
That's too long for Brian.
Too long from Akono Belongo. But yes, it's 2/3 of the way through this pulsating game in the Buildbase FA Vase 5th round between Hanworth Villa and Long Eaton United. And Rob, I certainly wouldn't want to call it. If you put a gun to my head, I certainly wouldn't want to call it, and I don't think I could.
I mean, there's actually half hour left, and as we've seen this afternoon, anything can happen in that half hour. I mean, if you look at the first half hour, in the first half, it was manic and didn't really lessen for the rest of the rest 45 minutes. There's time enough for whoever knows how many goals to be scored. We've seen it in many games throughout history. 4 or 5 goals in the last 10 minutes.
We mentioned it earlier on, didn't we? We mentioned that the energy levels have been brilliant from both sides.
That's going to tell.
But there will, the sun has. Look, it's not. I'm not talking. It's 30-odd degrees here today, but the sun is blazing, and it's it's 17 degrees. Rob, would you say something like that?
It's definitely there or thereabouts.
It's warmer than you would normally do with play football, especially these players that. Well, like I said, I was here 2 weeks ago when HRBFC Academy played against Hanworth Villa, and it was definitely not 17 degrees that day.
Thankfully there's the breeze, so that
the breeze is very good actually. Apart from it blowing our papers everywhere, but I think we've managed to retain it all. But we have got 30 minutes of this game. Well, 30 minutes of this game left, and maybe there'll be penalties afterwards. It goes straight to penalties, no extra time or anything like that. No. If the scores are still level, that's another great throw from Kieran Walker, and it's going to need to be cleared. And that's a fantastic save from Terry Buss. That is, I tell you what, Rob, that's the best save of the match. Because I know Sam Wilson's made it. Oh, maybe the penalty. Apologies, but certainly Terry Buss's best save of the match.
I mean, one thing in Terry Buss's favour was it was straight at him. He didn't have to dive. Yeah. It was just above his head. He got his hands up and got enough.
Was it Romain Graham that unleashed that shot? Then I think the number 5. I think it was him. Yeah. But anyway, whoever it was extremely well saved, and it's Long Eaton's 3rd corner of the game. And they've gone to number 11, who swings the ball in towards Romain Graham again, and Hanworth Villa need to defend this here. I think there's maybe some comments there from the Hanworth Villa players, but that looked. I thought the referee might. It's one of those ones where.
Yeah, but then again, there was the one in the first half again in this very end where it was a similar situation, and the referee.
He straight away knew.
He straight away just went play on.
You heard me say
nothing to see. So,
I think we are, we are at ground level as well, so it's always a little bit harder to see, isn't it, Rob?
It is. Yeah.
But we have the same view, I suppose. Well, the referee is also on ground level, and he definitely deemed that not to be the case. Look at Jay Barton here. You can't see this on camera, but Jay Barton is now moved up to the halfway line. So Hanworth Villa might be looking for an attack, but before that, Kieran Walker's going to swing that ball, and the wind is terrible. The wind is terrible, and Terry Buss has done extremely well to deal with that. And I have to say,
that moved so much in the wind.
The wind
was scary.
Was absolutely ridiculous, and they're stopping Terry Buss kick that, and I mean that's a yellow card all day long, isn't it?
Yeah, it
and
is.
Cameron Campbell is going to. I mean, but I think it was. Terry Buss is trying to find Jay Barton, who we said just before that throw-in was looking to make the attack. So I could, Cameron Campbell's done what probably 9 out of 10 strikers would do. Let's be,
And not normally, nothing happens and they get away with it. So
if you are of a Hampton Richmond Borough persuasion and you are watching this, Danilo also Domo scored 2 goals for Maidenhead United away to Woking, who were playing obviously Alan Dowson versus Alan Devonshire.
Yeah, it is
in the Hampton Allens former Hampton Allen derby. But Danilo Dorso Domo scored 2 after his 7-minute hat trick the other day. But anyway, we are here at Rectory Meadow, a lovely spot to watch some football, just off the M3. Literally, the M3 is behind the goal at Hanworth Villa. But apart from that, we're lined by trees, and the grass is green, the sun is shining. And where else would you rather be on a Saturday afternoon, Rob?
In the pub.
Yeah, they've got a lovely bar here, Rob. We're going afterwards.
We shall. I mean, there may be a celebration there. Well, I might have a celebration.
Well, I'd
Hanworth
say
players,
Yeah,
if they win, that'll be a big celebration. It's going to, whatever happens.
Yeah. The referee's dropped his card, Rob.
That's
the referee's
interesting.
dropped his card, and it reminds me of that moment in Scotland in mid-90s when the referee dropped his card and Paul Gascoigne presented him back to him.
That's true. I do remember that
but
now.
in a fashion that elicited a yellow card himself, which was a bit unfair.
I think the referee classed that as a bit of dissent.
Which when everyone else thought it was funny. So anyway.
This is true.
To be fair to the referee, he had to go and pick his yellow card up. He's only used it once on the Long Eaton United player. Do you know what? I don't think we marked it down which one it was. But anyway,
no, I don't think I did.
We'll soon find out if it was a problem, because the second yellow, we'll see a red one. But anyway, it's a game being played in great spirit, to be fair, by both sides. But energetic, attacking, good spirit. I have to say, it's been a great advert for non-league football.
I mean, when you think about it, a lot of both these teams, before the Vase restarted a few weeks ago, hadn't really played. They just to pick up a few friendlies. Hanworth had a friendly. We know who they had their friendly against. And it's just they're basically now pretty much having to play week by week by week. If they keep being successful.
We think Hanworth Villa have made a substitution, but we were obviously too busy talking about things that we shouldn't be talking about.
Don't we always?
I think Hanworth Villa have made a substitution. It's number 16 on the pitch at the moment. Ben Nelson. I might be wrong. Elliot Simpson. Elliot Simpson has come on for.
It's a case of trying to work out who's not there.
Yeah. We'll work that out in a minute. Is it not Mentor Williams, Sam Merson? Anyway, Hanworth Villa on the attack. We'll work that one out. Rob's going to work that one out while Hanworth Villa go on the attack. And it's Sam Merson with the throw in here. And again, I know we've spoken about Long Eaton United's throw-ins, but Sam Merson's has been pretty good as well.
The only downside with Sam Merson taking them is the fact he's not in the box.
Well, he's not in the box. Elliot Simpson's definitely on the pitch. We'll work it out. But anyway, that's a lovely ball, but it's well dealt with by the number 5 from Long Eaton United, who is so of course it's Roman Graham. Sorry. Anyway, Brazy, that's put a delicious ball into the box there, and it had to be Roman Graham who headed it clear. That was a real good cross. What a ball that was.
Yeah. And this earned the Villains a corner.
And the Hanworth Villa volunteers who have done so much work to make the pitch look great, the ground look great, everything great, and helped us out with the a lot of kit. The tower that you'll see in this game was provided by Hanworth Villa, and fair play to them, and they're urging their side on for what if they do go ahead, it will either team go ahead, they'll be going into or win this game. It's very important. But anyway, a short corner towards Sam Merson, but it wasn't very good, to be fair. Jay Barton too short, and now Long Eaton are on the attack. And I tell you what, Rob, this game goes from one end to the other very quickly, and he's done extremely well there. He's done well there. I tell you what, for a fullback, He's very tall, but I tell you what, he's done the defensive work very well this game.
He does, yeah. He's worked hard, and
I mean, he's as tall as anyone on their team, isn't he, Hanworth? I think
pretty much
the fullback.
Pretty much, yes. I mean, Bryant Akono Bilango is, he's definitely got inches on.
Oh, towards Sam Merson, but you almost want someone following out there. I mean, Sam Merson has won a header, which he's won a lot today. Why is no one following it in?
Basically, that's because you need a second Sam Merson.
yeah. Well, there's a Ben Merson on the sidelines.
That's true.
So who knows if we might see him later on and it'll be a Merson double act. But it's fair to say we're going to approaching 22, 23 minutes left of what certainly was a pulsating first half. It's been a little calmer in the second, but I tell you what, both teams are certainly going for it, and neither are holding back. As Rob has mentioned, this is sudden death football. The winner of this game in 20 minutes' time will be playing in the quarter-final of the FA Vase next week.
Yep.
The loser, the season is over for them, with suspension of the season due to COVID. Anyway, it's another Kieran Walker throw in here, and we've seen some of these today, and they've absolutely fizzed into the box, and he's doing it again. Not quite as long as before, but Michael Kamara's dealt with it well with all of his experience, and he's been fouled there. He's been fouled, but I tell you what that wasn't quite as much fizz as we've seen from Kieran Walker. Maybe those arms are slightly losing the power.
Or it could be through the fact he was having to pop that one into the wind.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Of course, it's more to that.
It's a case of in the corner that we saw the wind is blowing straight across into his face. When he's coming from the side that we're commentating from, he's got the wind behind and it's whistling in.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I mean,
we've just had a yellow card.
Jamie Gale who caught Mo Kamara late there, but. Probably deserved if he thinks that he's caught him late. And Mo Kamara, Celtic player. Michael Kamara has done extremely well today. I have to say, he's definitely that Pirlo-esque presence in front of the defence that just keeps things simple and keeps things ticking over. And it's great to see him. He was a right back, obviously, for the Beavers and centre defender as well, wasn't he? At times?
Oh, definitely was. He was a
great presence in the dressing room, and obviously one of the nicest guys in football, Michael Kamara.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no doubt about it. You can see his influence on the pitch.
You can. I mean, that challenge there on him, that
Bernie Tanner's done well there, but it's gone straight to Long Eaton. That's a great. I tell you what, I think he might have followed through number 7 there, but the referee didn't deem it to be a foul. And Long Eaton United are on the attack, but it's well. But I tell you what, and Sam Merson just want to throw in there. I'll tell you what, the tackles are starting to fly in a little bit. A little bit of fatigue creeping in a little bit, Robert.
There is.
There
is, and then it'll
also determination. Those two players going for the ball there. I thought it was a foul.
It was a bit like basically two great big juggernauts together was those two.
It's a good word.
There was no quarter asked and none given.
No, and he's still limping a little bit, Lewis Taylor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Lewis Taylor, but it's good. That's the way the game could end up. You could end up seeing quite a few yellow cards appearing now in this last 20 minutes.
Last 20 minutes of what's been a very good game of football at Rectory Meadow, home of Hanworth Villa, who have never been this far in the FA Vase, and neither have the opposition, Long Eaton United. So one team's going to make history today. At the moment, we don't know who, because it's 2-2. And Sam Merson just come off Sam Merson's head there, and Cameron Campbell, for the first time today, I would say, in my opinion, I might well be wrong looking back on it, has lost the ball. But tell you what, Long Eaton United have got those front three when they attack. And they're dangerous, aren't they?
Yes, they are, and very often you won't see one come. They almost seem to either come as a pair, or as the whole trio coming forward at once.
And they come quickly, don't they?
They do, and because I feel pretty sure they're experienced, playing alongside each other, that they instinctively know what the others are going to do and where they're going to be.
It's the number 7 as well, who is Charlie Wade, is it? Who is
Charlie Wild,
who actually looks like he might be going off and getting subbed. Yes, as I say that. Who's coming on for? Rob, keep an eye on who he's coming on for. But yeah, 20 minutes. Someone on this pitch is going to be a hero, Rob. Last 20 minutes here.
Will it be an outfield player or will it be?
Well, exactly. Well, it could be someone in the penalty shootout, of course, but someone could be a hero here and take this game by the scruff of the neck. And put their team in the next round and make history for their side, because neither team have been in here. And I think it's starting to feel like apart from those quick breaks that we mentioned, it's looking like Hanworth Villa are going to try and turn the screw a little bit, and Long Eaton are going to try and feed off the quick attacks. But
as far as the substitution goes, it's James Shaw that has come on for
James
Charlie
Shaw.
Come on for Long Eaton United.
Right. But anyway, the ball and it's well dealt with there by, I think that was Roman Graham, who's done extremely well this game, apart from not being able to adjust his feet quick enough for the own goal, which, to be fair, I don't think
could have happened to anyone.
How good you are. The ball was fizzed in so well by Brandon Vase that anyone would have struggled to deal with it. But anyway, this is a chance now for Jay Barton to really show his quality, get that ball in the right place in the box. Bernie Tanner's come up from defence. And here we go, Hanworth Villa, 73 minutes on the clock. It's not too bad, actually, and I thought it was going to go off corner. Sam Mercer's going to volley it, and he hits it over. Oh, my goodness. It just dropped, and you just felt that Sam Mercer was going to show his quality and slam that ball into the net, but not to be. It's gone high and wide. It's a goal kick for Long Eaton United, and we're not quite there yet, are we, Rob? But squeaky bum time is not too far away.
It's definitely getting closer, that's for sure. And it'll be the same on both benches, both Ian Deacon for Long Eaton and Simon Hockney there for Hanworth Villa. They'll both now be thinking, what little thing can I do to can open this game up?
How many sorry, Rob. Sorry, I'll cut you off.
I think it's still 3 substitutions. I think it's still the 3.
Yeah.
I think they've both got 1 left.
Yeah.
So
of course, Long Eaton made a sub in the first half. Of course they did. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that bit.
They've both got 1 left. So
Great header from Lewis Taylor.
Will make a difference? What little tweak of the tactics will make a difference? This is when the manager earns his corn.
I tell you what, the temporary left back, or the makeshift left back for Long Eaton United, has done extremely well this second half. As I say that, he's just giving the ball away. Again, I've had a great record on the commentator's curse this game. But as a midfielder put into action against one of the best players on the pitch, if not the best player on the pitch today, I would say, Brandon Vase. Although he has been less effective in this second half, but I tell you what, you're giving the ball anywhere near the goal, anywhere near the penalty box in the last 15 minutes, I'm sure I might be made to eat my words on that comment. But anyway, it's a really good Michael Kamara. It's just, Rob, it's one of those things. We say this is complete neutrals. Despite our links with Hanworth Villa, and hopefully we've been neutral, throughout this commentary, but it's just one of those things in it you can feel. I don't know. I can feel like the tension is almost coming in on the players here. There's not long to go. Someone could make a mistake that could cost their team a moment of history. It just starting to feel that way. But anyway, Kieran Walker's going to try and make amends with that. And again, the wind has died down just for that one. And that's a shot from Hanworth Villa, but number 8, who's done really well actually, number 8. But Jay Barton now is going to try and start things again. He's got to give the ball away early there, but it's well recovered by the fullback Belongo, who's done really well actually in left back. But unfortunately, the ball's gone out for a free throw-in. Unfortunately for Hanworth Villa, Long Eaton United. Now this is diamond Kieran Walker territory, isn't it? Look,
it is. It's just right.
The wind has died down a little bit. It's not as strong as it was, but this is what Simon Hockney was aware of right before the game, being aware of the whole of the game, because they've used it to their fullest, and Hanworth Villa need to be at their best here now. And I tell you what, that goes. Oh my goodness! And it's just headed over from Romain Graham. I'll be honest. If you're Romain Graham there, you should have hit the target, should you not?
You would have expected.
It's hard when you're back to goal.
Yeah, it is, because for that kind of situation where you just need a thin contact, you don't need a full header. You just need to flick it. And unfortunately, there was
Hanworth Villa are going to make their final sub, and Jay Barton, who's played well. He's got that attacking intent. It looks like it's Ben Merson that's going to come on then. So we've got 2 Mersons on the pitch. He might have a word with his brother and say, "You bloody hell, you shouldn't have missed that penalty."
Yeah.
But Ben Merson and Sam Merson are on the pitch, and Hanworth Villa have made all their subs now, and we go into the last 13-14 minutes of what's been a really entertaining game, certainly more so in the first half, and both teams with a chance to make history. It's just like Rob said, it's a sudden death football, isn't it? It's one team will make it to the next round and play next week at home in the quarterfinals of the FA Vase. Another team will be going home and their season will be over.
And they'll be free then to think about the summer holiday.
Yes, well, exactly, which is a real shame for non-league football has really, as I said before, lots of people have suffered during this this terrible period, but non-league football, certainly in the football world, has really suffered. No fans, difficulty, but these two teams in the FA Vase, and it's swung across to number 10, and that is it's a chance from Jamie Gale. And in the last 2-3 minutes, Hanworth Villa have had to be a little bit
if you look at the front line for Long Eaton, for example, Jamie Gale, if he's not 6'2", then I'd be very surprised. And also when you look at Cam Campbell, he's
Hanworth on the attack now. Brandon Barzi through on the edge of the box, goes for goal, and it just goes wide of the left-hand post. You can hear the staff of the Hanworth Villa dugout right down the other end saying, "Come on, that's it." That straight, because that really was intent and purpose that we saw a lot more in the first half, and that was a chance. And you know what? He had every right to go for goal there, Brandon Barzi. He wasn't a million miles away because he's clearly got the talent for it. But I can hear the staff still urging the Hanworth Villa players on. It's like I said, 10 minutes, 10, 12, 11 minutes, 12 minutes left of this game. Someone's gonna be a hero. Hopefully, it's a moment of quality and skill, and it's not someone that's made a mistake. But it's up to one of these 22 players to write their name in history books for either side. It really is. Winner takes it all in this one. I tell you what, number 5 has done fine. I think Tanner in the defence has been brilliant for Hanworth Villa, Rob. I think he's dealt with pretty much everything's come. Tell you what, Louis Taylor's done extremely well since he's come on as well. I think.
Yeah, he's had to basically drop straight into the centre there and just pick it up right away.
I think if you're Hanworth Villa, you've been pretty impressed how you've defended it, apart from those 2 crucial moments. A little bit. Do you know what I mean?
I think
they've dealt with it well.
That's just been the 2 stains on the day.
Yeah.
The fact that the corner that the goal came from was
great header from Ben Merson onto his brother Sam, and the number 11 there didn't need. Well, it looked. It looked like there was something in it. I always think that you're going to struggle to get a call from the referee there. However, that was verging into possible territory, I would say, Rob. There.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Because he was very clearly came across and pushed Sam Merson over.
It was not. It wasn't quite a body check, but it was definitely a case of impeding his progress. And something off the ball like that, you can only do it for so long before the referee starts.
Long Eaton United on the attack. We're in the last 10 minutes here now. Someone's going to make themselves a hero in this. It might be penalty shootouts after those 10 minutes. But brilliant play from the fullback, number Brian Akuno Belongo, who's done extremely well look at the pace on him as well. Fantastic work. It's well defended. He sort of lost momentum a bit, didn't he, Rob?
He did.
You almost want to just keep going. But I tell you what, great work, because he's run right in front of me all the way down the other end, and now Sam Merson's going to fizz that throw in. Kieran Walker's done it all game for Long Eaton United, and I tell you what, Rob, this is a cracking game.
That is a good example of what an attacking wing back,
fullback does. He just needed to keep it. Ball swings in towards the edge of the box, and it only goes as far as Manash Williams. He's going to have a shot, and he's the volunteer to the side of me thought it was in, and I thought it was in because we were directly behind that in line. I thought that was in, but it needed a bit. Sorry, I've just moved away from the microphone. That's how excited I was. It needed a bit more spaz on that, didn't it, Rob?
Yes, it did. I'm sure Sam Wilson had a great view of that as it came through the crowded penalty area.
And with the wind as well, you maybe thought the wind might have turned that a little bit, but it didn't. Long Eaton United keeper Sam Wilson, who you have to say, let's not forget how good that penalty save was.
He's had a good afternoon as Sam Wilson, no question about it.
He made a fantastic save. Another fantastic save quite soon after the penalty as well. Before I've forgotten now. The game's moved on. The Hanworth Villa bench are not happy with the tackle that flew in there. Not at all. And this is the only time in this game where I would say it's spilled over in any way, shape or form. And even then, it's not really spilled over that much. The referees come straight over, and there's a bit of a chat between the Hanworth Villa players and the referee. And the referee is going to, I think it's going to be a yellow card for someone. Well, it looks like it's a free kick actually for Long Eaton United. I think
it is.
So So I didn't really see what went on there.
No, that's the captain. That's Kamara.
There was a few tackles flying in, and Hanworth Villa bench was certainly
referees having a word with the assistant on that side to see if there was a clear review from that angle of what went on. We'll have to wait and see what the assistant has seen that the referee didn't see, if anything. Conversation's going on for quite a while, so we're just going to see. Right, the referee's going to call in. He's going to call.
He's going to book someone.
Someone's in trouble here. Someone's in proper trouble here, and it's a Long Eaton player. I feel sure it's a Long Eaton player.
Oh, it's a second yellow.
It's a second yellow.
Second yellow for number 9, Cameron Campbell.
Wow.
Apologies. We just did not see what happened in shall I say, melee. But Cameron Campbell, who got a silly yellow card, didn't he, for blocking the goalkeeper? Free kick, has just got another yellow card because the referee has gone to his assistant linesman. He's assisted him, and the referee has given him a second yellow card. And I would argue Long Eaton United's best player is now trudging off the pitch, and he is not going to be the hero today. If anything, he could well be the villain.
I have to admit, I'm like you, I couldn't see clearly what happened in all that bit of ruckus, but the assistant's there to do a job, and he's done it. And unfortunately, it's going to be Cam Campbell that's having to go to the dressing room. Now that makes it interesting for these last 6.5 minutes. Long Eaton down to 10 men. What do they do? Do they close up shop? Do they try and play for the penalties? What's the tactic from here? Do Hanworth go forward and try and overload? This is what makes cup tie football so brilliant.
He's upset, obviously, Cameron Campbell, and I have to say he's played extremely well. And Hanworth Villa are playing against 10 men now for the last 6 or 7 minutes. There's no extra time, so none of that comes into play or anything like that. But that was all because of reaction, because Long Eaton United have still got a free kick after all that.
Yep.
It was a reaction in the melee that followed.
Yeah.
And the linesman saw something, told the referee what he saw. The referee deemed it enough to be a yellow card. And here we go, Hanworth Villa is going to try and get in front of the keeper, but he hasn't.
The keeper there's come 35 yards out of from his goal line.
He has come really far.
He's come a long way.
Cameron Campbell's shaking his head, and I have to say I think he's had a great game.
He has had a great game, but
he's given the hosts a chance, even better chance now of in the last 6 or 7 minutes. I said, Rob, someone's going to be a hero or villain. Is Cameron Campbell going to be a villain?
Well, I don't think he's signing for Hanworth next season.
I don't think didn't seem to be too much. It wasn't, but the Hanworth Villa bench did rush off.
It's almost,
and they're closer than us, Rob.
They're a lot closer than we are. And for something like for a yellow card in that situation, you would have to think that perhaps. Campbell.
And it was only yellow as well, so it's not too serious.
No, serious, but he must have
made
made contact with, the Hanworth player or what. We don't really know exactly what the yellow card was given for. But when you've already got one,
Rob, I
think you should be a little bit more careful.
Rob, I'm going to mention the P word.
What you
mean?
P
word 5 minutes before.
What you mean? The P word from 12 yards?
Yes.
Yes, I know which one you mean now.
I've tried to avoid it until this stage, but let's not forget Hanworth Villa have won the last 3 games in the last 3 rounds by winning on penalties. It's 2-2 at the moment. We're 5 minutes away from that having to decide this fixture. There's still time for a goal, of course there is.
And there's also, I think, going to be quite an amount of time added by the referee. I mean, we've got just over 4 minutes left to play. I think there'll be an equal amount of added time afterwards easily, because there's been 3 substitutions, 4 substitutions.
Yeah, exactly. Sam Merson's going to swing that ball in, and that's as good as a Kieran Walker throw, that is, to be fair. But it's going to go out. It looks like it was going to drop out for a goal kick, but it's not. It's hit long, and now look at Long Eaton. Go from what we were saying a minute ago about having 3 players, on the break. Yeah. They're down to playing the one man up top.
Yeah.
Which I'm not criticising that in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying that might be the best way of them.
I mean, James Shaw's having to just do it all himself up top for Long Eaton at the moment. And, he's just going.
Sam Merson's throwing.
He's going to be so isolated now. It's going to be everybody back in blue. Hanworth have got to break through this thin blue line, and they've got 3 and a bit minutes.
3 and a bit minutes. I would say there's probably 3 minutes injury time.
I think I'm
guessing.
I think there could be 4.
Well, the ball swung in again, and it's. Do you know what? You have to give credit to Long Eaton United. They defended the head as well. And actually, to Hanworth's credit, they defended the head as well. I think
it's not been as big a threat as what we thought it could have been.
No.
You know, it's
apart from that one that swirled in the wind.
That
Rob,
one,
honestly,
yeah,
that looked like something out of a cartoon. You know, when you see, I don't know, whatever, a cartoon.
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote's, obviously, you know, whatever, something like that. It just, the ball moved.
Yes.
Moved in the air. But Rob's right. Both teams have dealt with the throw-ins fairly well. And they've both been in an attacking point. And Lewis Taylor's done extremely well. It's a foul on him by James Shaw. I think he's done excellent since he come on at half-time.
He's had to do. He's basically had to take over from Jamie Thorogood.
Well, there's 2.5 minutes left still of this game. The wind, that's not good for the keeper to give him a kick like that, because the wind is swirling behind me now. Yeah. It just goes from something to nothing, doesn't it, Rob? And not the time for Tony Buss. Tony Buss? Oh, sorry, I think I've got his name. Terry Buss. Tony Buss, for his dad, who the stand is named after. Tanner's done extremely well. I have to say, I think Tanner's been one of Hanworth Villa's best players, an absolute rock at the back so far.
I mean, the only thing that Bernie's done wrong was the penalty. That was it.
Of course, yeah, and he knew as well. But anyway, here we go. Hanworth Villa on the attack, and the volunteers that are here for Hanworth Villa, the workers that have done so hard to get this game on.
I mean, to be honest,
urging their team on. I mean,
Hanworth have got nothing to lose. They can push as many players forward.
Vase swings the ball in towards the edge of the box. Sam Merson shoots. Oh my goodness! It's hit the back of the heels, I think, of Roman Graham and trickled through to the keeper. But I thought Sam Merson's name was in lights then, I have to say.
And I mean, that would have been the perfect time to get the winner with 90 seconds from normal time.
Yeah, I think it's hit the heels of Roman Graham there, and who put it hit the heels for the. Unfortunately for Romain Graham in the first half, we went in for an own goal, but not there. And it's 88 minutes 49 seconds that the clock says here, and we are moments away from penalties unless one of these players on this pitch here, 21 players, because we've had a sending off, Cameron Campbell, who was was definitely the best player for Long Eaton United, who got sent off for a second yellow card in a bit of a melee. And so it's 11v10, and Hanworth Villa are going for it now, and they're going to try and sneak this, or it's going to penalties, Rob. And I'll be honest, I don't know if my heart can take that. But anyway, we might have to find out in a minute, Rob.
We might have to find out. But
tell you what, James Shaw's done some fantastic work there for the solo man, to keep the ball up there, because as long as it's up here, Hanworth aren't going to score. The 11 men aren't going to score, and it's gone for a throw-in.
That's it. I mean, it's in this kind of situation, what Long Eaton, all they need to do is just keep it down in the Hanworth half.
Yes,
because if the opposition have to come 50, 60 yards, to actually score the winner.
Oh.
Then that's very unlikely that's ever going to happen. You
Sorry,
seldom see that.
One of our programmers has just fallen into the path, just in front of the linesman, unfortunately, who in between assistant refereeing, had to pick it up. But we are in injury time now. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of injury time. Now look, Long Eaton are going to throw this. They're going to throw the ball up there. With Kieran Walker.
Why not?
Kieran Walker, they have got an absolute asset of the highest order at this level.
And he's got a target there in Jamie Gale.
He has. Yeah, Jamie Gale and the number 14 as well. And James Taylor.
And Taylor's there as well. But, Gale's the tall target.
Important.
And he goes short.
And it's going to be the number 2, Guy Anser, who's done really well, actually, Guy Anser Palmer. I think as a unit, great tackle from both players there, and Lewis Taylor gets the ball and does extremely well. I think Lewis Taylor's coming at half time has been fantastic. Oh no, he stood on the ball. But anyway, old habits die hard. Hanworth Villa are on the attack, and it's Brandon Barzy has still got the ball. The referee's blown it. The assistant didn't. The assistant didn't do anything there, but the referee blew it, and he's given. Well, that's Rob.
I think I'm just waiting to see whether it's a free kick or a throw-in. But
the assistant didn't flag there, did he? The referee deemed it as a free kick, I think.
But this doesn't help Long Eaton by the fact the players on the deck, because whatever time in taken now, the ref will still add in. The 3 minutes will become 3.5, and then it'll become 4. The Long Eaton player, if he wants to get the team to penalties, he needs to get up. I know it's harsh, but when you wanted the penalties.
Well, he couldn't be closer either. But
yeah, he couldn't be closer.
He's given a throw-in, so maybe the assistant referee must have flagged for throw-in then, because I thought the referee had given a free kick and it wasn't. Anyway, doesn't matter. The Long Eaton throw. I mean, look at that throw. Look at it. That's probably the last time we'll see the Kieran Walker throw in this game, because we can only be 60 seconds away from this game finishing. And it's going. But as I say, that Long Eaton United are on the attack here. He's done extremely well, Jamie Gale, in this game. But I tell you, he's also done well. The number three who's been blown up for a foul there. I thought he'd won the ball, but the referee deems that not to be so. And maybe.
I mean, I think we've got
maybe the last. There's an element, and look. Williams has given a bit of a barrel there to Akuno Belongo, because he should have just got the ball up the field, which it's easier said than done now. But this is dangerous, because Long Island. I mean, yeah, Long Island.
You definitely need
nice.
a drink, mate. You do.
Long Eaton United have got probably the last, maybe not actually.
No, I think there's at least a good minute. What with the stoppages that there's been in this
they
time,
need
I think
to
there's a
defend
minute.
this, and it's going to be the number 11, Jamie Walker, who is going to he's going to have the last chance. I think it's too far for him to go. This is a player that's played fullback for most of this game because
but
of
he is apparently he's a midfielder by
so
by trade.
He could see this. He's looking fully at the goal. I'm right behind him. He's looking fully at the goal.
I think he might be looking at
heroes.
He's looking at Terry Buss's top right corner. It came close,
and he's hit it wide. It's gone wide, and it's gone wide. I mean, I said he looked like he wanted to be the hero there, didn't he? But he wasn't. And Hanworth Villa, is there time for one more chance, or are we going to penalties?
I think there's a minute. I think there's
Are we going
a minute.
to penalties? Thank you very much for joining us. The second half hasn't been quite as breathless, but it's certainly been a good game of football, and that's penalties. The referee has blown his whistle.
It's gone to
The referee has blown his whistle. I hope they take it down this end. Tell them to take it down this end so the camera's...
We will have to see which end the referee decides the penalty should be taken at. You know, both teams have been in this situation before. Hanworth spectacularly have won the last 3 games in the FA through penalties, and they're going to have to do it again.
Rob Overfield, we said before, and we said it a couple of times, I didn't say it too much in the second half because I didn't want to jinx it. Hanworth Villa are going to have to win a penalty shootout for the 4th round in a row to get through to the quarter-final. Long Eaton United won the last game on penalties, 5-4 against a very good Westfield side. So they know how to win a penalty shootout. But that's what's going to happen. It's a penalty shootout between Hanworth Villa and Long Eaton United. And we've mentioned heroes, villains throughout this game, especially in the last half an hour. But someone on that pitch is going to be a hero. Someone on that pitch probably going to be a villain. That's how penalty shootouts work. It's just the nature of the beast, isn't it?
It is the nature of the beast, and we've already seen it this afternoon. You know, both teams had a penalty in 90 minutes. Both of them were, the keeper got hands to. Unfortunately, Terry Buss's save fell, right back to Cam Campbell, and that was the first goal. So we know that both keepers can save penalties. They've done it in the past in previous rounds. Keepers have saved penalties. So, who's it going to be? Who's going to be the one that takes it? Who's going to be
the captain for Hanworth Villa?
I'm not surprised that if Michael Kamara's there to take one. In his younger days, he was known for taking penalties. Not a great deal of subtlety. Just put his foot through it.
Well, and also we have to remember, Rob, what we don't want is it to be down the other end, because right behind one goal is the M3, and someone who makes himself a villain might have to go and retrieve the ball from one of the business.
That is why I would not be surprised if the referee doesn't say the end to our right.
And it's I think that. Well, it looks like the number 5 remained Graham. I'll tell you what though, Rob, let's just take a minute to say well done to both teams.
Indeed.
For a very good performance. Okay, we've had a sending off, but there were 2 yellow cards, and it was only a yellow and deemed
that end.
It's down this end. It looks like we are closer because we're not quite halfway line in our position here. It is going to be down that end. Well, which is that going to make any difference with the sun? No. I'm just looking at the sun because we couldn't see the sun with the awning. But Simon Hockney has got to make a decision which 5 players he's going to put down here for a penalty shootout.
I would have thought Sam Merson would be one. I think Michael Kamara.
Look, Rob, if you're a Sam Merson, you've missed one, but you can do it again.
Exactly.
You've missed one already. Cameron. One thing we must remember: Cameron Campbell's not on here though.
It's true. But then again, I'm sure that there's plenty of players for Long Eaton who will take penalty. It looks like Long Eaton are going to get the first. No, it looks like Hanworth are going to get the first penalty because Sam Wilson looks to be the one that's going to go between the posts in this first half.
I tell you what. Well, anyway, you've got your money's worth today. You've seen 4 goals. Now you're going to see a penalty shootout.
This is a nice touch. That's a nice touch.
The keepers both exchanging pleasantries and wish them best. Keepers. You're on a hiding to nothing at this level, aren't you, keepers?
Exactly. For a keeper, it's all luck.
It's number 12, James Shaw, who, to be fair to him, ran that ball ragged, or ran the ground ragged in the last few minutes for the first penalty. Rob, you're going to have to keep track on these.
I am.
Yeah, you're going to have to keep track on these. But it's the first penalty of this penalty shootout. The winner of this shootout will go to the quarter-finals of the FA Vase. Both teams will have gone further than they've ever been before. But the first penalty shootout will be from Jamie Shaw against Terry Buss, who got his hand on the penalty during the game but couldn't keep out the rebound. And remember, Long Eaton United, here we go. Great penalty from Jamie Shaw, right in the bottom right-hand corner. Hey, as first penalties go in a penalty shootout, Rob, I don't think you can argue too much with that.
Yeah, that was sound. Confidence. He knew where he wanted to put it.
And Sam Merson, who missed a penalty that would have made it 3-2 in the second half, Hanworth Villa's best player, is going to take a penalty, the first penalty for Hanworth Villa, and this is a big, big moment. Turns, runs. It's well saved. It's extremely well saved. Mind you, is the referee going to tell him to retake it? No. Hanworth Villa are furious with that. They think that he's moved off his line. But I tell you what, it doesn't matter. Sam Wilson has saved against Sam Merson
twice
for the second time.
Yeah.
And the referee is not going to ask for a retake. Sam Merson, it was low, and that wasn't as good as his first penalty, was it,
No,
Rob?
it wasn't. And it was also the opposite side.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I think it was a bit of double bluff there.
So we've got number 11 here now for Long Eaton United. Sorry, we're writing on the back of the team sheet.
Jamie Walker.
That's a hell of a penalty. Jamie Walker has absolutely... two penalties from Long Eaton United so far have been fantastic. And this is a big penalty now for Bernard Tanner, who has been fantastic in defence in this game. But he's going to take the second penalty. And let's not forget, Hanworth Villa have won 3 penalty shootouts. They're going to have to win a 4th to progress. Bernard Tanner, that's a great penalty. Bottom right, in the bottom right-hand corner. Well done, you. And we're back again. It's 2-1. It's 2-1 on the penalty shootouts here. And it's going to be number 14 for it's James Taylor for Long Eaton United. And I tell you what, Long Eaton United's penalties have been fantastic. I have to say, 2 great penalties. But is Terry Buss going to be the hero of this game? The long-serving 600 game plus Terry Buss. His dad's got stand named after him. Anyway, we shall see. Not this time. Number 14, Jamie Walker, has slotted that home in that. So that's 3-1. And Michael Kamara now, the experienced player for Hanworth Villa. It would be 3-1 if he misses this. It really will be in the driving seat, Long Eaton.
Basically, Michael Kamara needs to convert this.
Apologies.
Because then that will make...
Yes, exactly.
Michael
Kamara to take a very important penalty. Great penalty.
And he does.
Great penalty.
Michael Kamara needs to score.
Apologies, Tony Buss is Terry Buss's uncle, not his dad. Apologies if you're Terry Buss's dad watching.
Right.
Right. So we're 3-2 on penalties here. Every one of Long Eaton's penalties have been great. Number 8, who I've been impressed with in this game, Danny Gordon, is it, Rob? Is going to take the penalty here for Long Eaton United. Now, if you feel this is going to put more, if you score this, obviously it goes to 4-2 and puts some real pressure on whoever's going to take the penalty next for Hanworth Villa.
Yeah.
But Terry Buss, chance to make himself a hero.
He's right.
And that is a fantastic penalty. You are not going to reach that, whatever keeper you are. No. Whether you're a step 7, step 6 non-league goalkeeper, you are not going to stop that. And that's extremely well played. And here the best player of the first half and the goal scorer for the second goal for Hanworth Villa, Brandon Barzi. He's going to have to score here.
This is to keep Hanworth
Villa in the game, to keep Hanworth Villa in the penalty shootout. Oh, that's a fantastic penalty. He wasn't far away, Sam Wilson, but I tell you what, it goes down. We said it was not sudden death yet, but it might be sudden death yet. The number 2, Brad Wilson, the fullback. Brad Wilson, I'm just going to look into my notes here. Joined in 1920. That's the notes we've got for him off the Long Eaton United website.
2020, you said 1920.
1920, sorry. He's going to take this.
I have to admit, Brad Wilson, as he walks up there, it's almost like a saunter.
So if he scores this, they go through, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Because
sorry, I'm losing count. I'm getting too excited.
At the moment, it's 4-3-2. Long Eaton.
So this would be
this one goes in. it's game over. It's
Brad
all
Wilson,
pressures on Terry
could he
Vase.
be the hero for Long Eaton United?
He is. That's
and
the
Long
game.
Eaton United make it through. Long Eaton United make it through on penalties, and it's the guys from Derbyshire who will now go through to the quarter-final of the FA Vase, and who can blame the celebrations. Penalty shootout. It's not fourth time lucky for Long Eaton United. It's them that are going through to the quarter-final. And look, I tell you what, Rob, I have to say, every single one of those penalties were fantastic, weren't they, for Long Eaton United?
There was. I mean, they were well-taken penalties, well-struck.
And
poor Terry Buss couldn't get near any of them, and he can save a penalty.
What a!
But again, this is a great gesture. I mean, look at that, Michael Kamara.
Michael Kamara straight across to them. The game's been played in a great spirit.
Shake hands. That's the measure of the guy. But it also shows the spirit which this game was played in.
It was.
Hanworth. Long Eaton, by their own accounts, in the first half, they were second best for a lot of the
for the penalty shootouts. Unfortunately,
for long periods they were second best. The second half was more even, and as a consequence, the goals dried up. It ended as we thought it might do, 2-2. And when it comes down to it, the lottery of the penalty shootout.
I mean, it is a lottery as such, but I have to say, huge credit for Long Eaton United.
Indeed.
Every single one of their penalties was fantastic. Unfortunately for Hanworth Villa, Sam Merson's missed penalty is a difference, and unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, both teams played that game in a great spirit. It was a good advert for non-league football. But it's Long Eaton United, who have never previously gone beyond the third round, who are now preparing for a quarter-final. We don't know who they're going to play. Was it Hadley or Binfield?
Hadley or Binfield. I mean, we shan't know the result of that until for a little while yet.
So exactly, but they're going to be making preparations, and it is.
Yeah, it's going to be a journey for them, whichever way.
I tell you what, they're. Oh yes, of course, whichever team get through, but. I tell you what, it's going to be a good journey for the Long Eaton United players.
Tonight they're going to enjoy
up to Derbyshire, not Nottinghamshire. Yeah. Apologies again.
I mean, next week they'll be back at I think it's Grange Road. I think the ground's called. They'll be back there. Whoever faces them, it's a bit of a journey up to Derby for them, for either Hadley or Binfield. So it's going to be
commiserations, of course, to Long Eaton. Commiserations to Hanworth Villa. Congratulations to Long Eaton United. I tell you what, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great game of non-league football.
It's been a wonderful.
And the trust and the volunteers, and this shows non-league football at its best. They're clapping off the visitors. They're clapping off the visitors, and fair play to them. Fair play to them, and the Hanworth Villas and volunteers. It's a great game of football, and the Hanworth Villa players are still getting spoken to by Simon Hockney. Well done, and good luck to everyone at Long Eaton United. What you hung there in the second half, and also the first half as well. I think
they did.
Well, I say that's a bit unfair. I think draw wasn't a million miles away from being the right result, especially when Hanworth Villa hadn't taken. But Hanworth Villa now, the players are getting spoken to. This is the end of their season, unfortunately. What a shame. They had won 3 penalty shootouts before this, but unfortunately couldn't make it a fourth. And Long Eaton United are through to the quarter-finals of the FA Vase. And
I mean, they'll start now thinking that
they're 2 games away from Wembley, aren't they?
So Wembley. It'll be there in the back of their minds. As much as Ian Deakin will not want them to think like that, it will be there. They will know that if they can get past either Hadley or Binfield, then they're just
90 minutes away.
90 minutes away, and
they've shown they've got the resilience. They were down to 10 men for the last 15 minutes as well. They've shown that. But I tell you what. Credit where it's due. Both teams have played a great game of football here.
Yeah,
and all the very best to everyone at Long Eaton United
it's
next
just
weekend.
A shame there was, everybody's had to watch this game via our live stream.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you mean that right? Absolutely right.
It's a shame there couldn't have been fans here.
Oh no, the fans would have enjoyed it. And
the atmosphere, if you'd had fans in for those last 20 minutes when it was all
could have
square,
been different, couldn't they? Could
have all been so different. But thank you to everybody that's
everyone
that's joined us this afternoon. We've had a great time.
You've seen
a great game. The result is what it is.
Thank you very much to Archie and Mark and Charlie for their huge help with the camera work. That's all them. Thanks to Surrey Hire for putting the for putting the tower up so we could actually, film it properly for you. Thanks to Dave Rees and everyone else involved in HRBFC Live for their incredible setup. Me and Rob have just stood here and talked nonsense, I think, for the last 90 minutes, plus the penalty shootout. And I've got to say thank you to everyone at Hanworth Villa for being so hospitable. I'm disappointed for you because I know how much you put into it, but I have to say congratulations to Long Eaton United. I have to,
Yeah.
Both teams played the game in a great spirit, great quality on show, and penalty shootouts is 50-50 in it. And you have to say every single one of Long Eaton United's penalties, geez, they were incredible.
They were good penalties. The only penalty that they didn't get to work right.
Yeah.
Well, even then they got the goal from it.
Well, and to be fair, every one of Hanworth's penalties, apart from Sam Merson's, were in the right place as well.
Yeah.
So 5-4 on penalties. It wasn't a 3.
5-3.
5-3. Sorry, because obviously Hanworth Villa didn't take the fourth one. But
No point lost.
anyway, I had to say thanks once again to everyone involved in Hanworth Villa. We wish them all the best, and hopefully we will be back. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll be playing Hampton and Richmond Borough. Will be playing Hanworth Villa in a pre-season friendly as part of Hampton Richmond Borough's 100th anniversary celebrations, which start in May. If you've enjoyed this feed and if you've enjoyed our setup and if you've enjoyed our commentary, then we will be trying to do this for the next season. We'll also be doing it for our centenary game. On May the 30th. Now it is May the 30th is our centenary game, and if you want to watch and have a bit of fun, but it's been great, and everyone at Hanworth Villa is. Yeah, and Hanworth Villa have been fantastic hosts, and they're a big part of what Hampton and Richmond Borough do. The youth team play here. There's a great link up with the academy, and yeah, of course, a little bit of us with our Hampton and Richmond Borough hats on, and they are our neighbours. Of course, if we could have chose a team to win, it would have been them. But everyone from Long Eaton United has been a credit. They've been great to talk to. They've made a journey down here. They've done the penalty shootout. I will have to watch it back. Fantastic effort from them. But yeah, it's football, isn't it? And
it is football.
And well done to everyone involved, and good luck to them in the next round.
Safe journey back up to Derbyshire
Safe
tonight.
journey back tonight. I think
we shall keep an eye out for you.
I think we will, and I think there'll be a few cans being had at Long Eaton United,
especially
coach.
tonight. And I hope
socially distant, of course, on the coach. But
well, this is it. They can all gather together. Out in the car park like everybody else does these days.
But well done everyone, and I think that is us. I think that's us, Rob. Rob, thank you very much for your fantastic work.
Been a pleasure, Seb, as always.
Thank you, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it. One way or another, whoever you're watching for, Hanworth, Long Eaton, or even just a neutral. Hope you've enjoyed it. We try and make it a bit of fun. We're not Gary Neville and Martin Tyler. So, but yeah, thank you very much, and we're going to go offline now. But thank you very much for spending five quid to watch this, and every penny counts to help the non-league football clubs at this difficult time. So thank you very much. All the best, HRBFC Live, and follow Hampton and Richmond Borough and Hanworth Villa on Twitter. Cheers.